only a couple of the districts that start in 2-1A this week, and then the rest of them kind of get started over the next couple of weeks. But this is one, and this is really the highlight on the schedule for me. Jackson Heights, a team 4-0, as you mentioned. Caleb Wick is a Smith Center graduate, and he's kind of turned that program back around from where it was with Coach Smith back in the early 2000s. And they were 8-2 last season. And got into the playoffs, obviously, and this season, starting out at 4-0, Washington County has that one loss at Hoisington last week, and Washington County is a team that has challenged themselves. They're going to play Troy here in a couple of weeks as well. So, I think it's going to be a great game. Jackson Heights has a really experienced backfield back, and their quarterback, Wyatt Olberding, and running back Mason Hamilton, and they've just been rolling through those guys. But they lost a lot on the offensive line up front from a year ago. Washington County, we mentioned before that they return a lot from last year. Hunter Keir is a backfield that's worked really hard to make himself into one of the premier backs in Class 2A, and he's had another great year after going for nearly 1,600 yards last year. So I think this is a great game. I actually favor Washington County in this one. I think they have a slight advantage, and this is a good district. You've got Valley Heights surprising people at 3-1, and then Centralia there at 1-3. The traditional power, and Will Bunsey, who played Rossville really well, sitting there at 1-3. So a lot of good teams in District 2 in Class 2-1A, and it gets started this week with this big game.
And we're running short on time, Matt, but quickly I wanted to mention the last two teams that have won the East in Class 5A meet up. Number 1, Mill Valley, is at number 5, Aquinas. And even though Randy Dryling's team a little bit young and have some key injuries, I really see this one coming especially with Mill Valley coming off of a loss. This could be a big game.
It could. And, obviously Aquinas' offense is something that presents problems just because you don't see it all the time. And so I think Aquinas has a good shot of winning this game. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily look at it as an upset. I know Mill Valley is extremely good, but like I said, this is that stretch for them where they've got some really tough competition in the EKL that you knew was coming. The Blue Valley, Aquinas, Liège, Blue Valley North type of game, and it's going to be tough. And they've given up some points in their other EKL games, so we'll see how they fare, against the Saints this week.
Well, that'll conclude Week 5 coverage of Kansas High School football here on the KidPreps.com Kansas pregame show. It's brought to you each and every week by Next Tech Surveillance. Seatbelts are for everyone. Kansas Farm Bureau, Subway, and Garden City Community College. For the editor of KPreps.com, Matt Gilmore, I'm Mike Snow. So long, everybody. Thanks for listening to KPreps.com Kansas Pregame Show.
Thanks for listening to the KPreps.com Kansas Pregame Show. Visit KPreps.com tonight and click on the Scores tab for the fastest, most complete list of scores from around the state.
KSHQ, Deerfield, Pittsburgh. Quality Structures Incorporated, your post frame headquarters. ESPN 100.7.
Pittsburgh Purple Dragon Football is on the air. Pittsburgh Purple Dragon Football is brought to you by Pittsburgh Ford, Riddell Construction, Performance Spine and Sport, Como Jewelry, Hicus Masonry, Pitt Realty, Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, CDL Electric, Evans Motors, Kanar Eye Care, Commerce Bank, Crestwood Country Club, Jock Snitch, Batatory Law, Arrowhead Outdoor, Ultimate Choice Catering, Pittsburgh State University, Tri-State Building, Lane Lord Basketball Camps, DT Sportswear, The Campus Bookstore, SEK Urgent Care, Wilburton Towner, Spigarelli Law, Watco Companies, Ryan Insurance, Phelan Law Firm, and Monica Kellogg CPA. Now let's go live to the field. Here's Mike Snow.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Purple Dragon Football right here on ESPN 100.7, live on air, and also on the KSHQ app. You can also watch it on our website, ESPN1007.com. Tom Oddly, the former coach at Baxter Springs, now at Andover Central, brings his Jaguar team in, coming off of a 2015 season where they overachieved before losing in the state championship game to Bishop Miege, arguably one of the top two teams in the entire state, all classes last year. and Tom Audley had to replace a majority of those starters from the 2015 club, and they come into town with an 0-4 record today, despite being in every game except week 1. That blowout loss to Andale had their chances in each of the other 3 games. So, as we've talked about all week, Dragon fans, don't look at that 0-4 record and think this is going to be a blowout. This team is tested and, hungry, young, and here we are in week 5 of the season, about the time for a team with all the experience they had last year. Even the kids on the team that didn't play significant time got 4 extra weeks of practice, with them making it all the way to Thanksgiving weekend and losing in the 4A Division I state championship. For Pittsburg High, they come in 2-2, arguably, for the toughest first 4 weeks of the season that Pittsburg High's had in quite some time. You look at Harrisonville at the time, ranked number 3 in Class 4. Since then, they've stubbed their toe, had a loss to Platte County 49-0, where they turned it over 10 times, and then lost to their rival Excelsior Springs 19-18, and dropping out of the Class 4 polls. But when it comes to playoff time, Harrisonville will be back there, and then, of course, the storied program of Webb City, the 2 losses for Pittsburg High. And Pittsburg High, even though they're 2-2, I feel like they're tested, and Andover Central will not be the best team that Pittsburg High has faced this year. So we'll see how things work out here in week 5. The one thing for the Dragons, with the big cross-state rival game next week with Carl Junction, another top-ranked team in Class 4 over in Missouri. They're 4-2 right now, coming off of a loss to Carthage last week, and also lost to Ozark back in week 2 of the Missouri high school football season. So a lot of good football coming up here for the Dragons, and I think tonight's a beautiful night for football, and this is going to be a great game, and we're going to sit back and bring it to you here at Hutchinson Field. Pittsburg High and Andover Central coming up. Coming up on the pregame show, we will hear from both head coaches, Tom Audley of the Andover Central Jaguars, and of course Tom Nicholson of the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. And we'll be back live to the field for starting lineups and the opening kickoff. It's Dragon football on ESPN 100.7.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
Whether your vehicle has minor door dings, scratches, been in a fender bender, or just needs a complete makeover, the Eddy Auto Body in Pittsburgh will make it look as good as new. The Eddy Auto Body on East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Every 4 years, the fastest and strongest among us come together in one place to determine the best in the world. Frank Fletcher Toyota invites you to run through the tape.
31 million people have made the Toyota Corolla the best-selling car in the world. Drive away a brand new Corolla for as little as $16,997 or get 0% financing for 72 months.
And every Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 24-month complimentary maintenance plan. The best deals on the best cars in America.
Only at Frank Fletcher Toyota, Joplin.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the 4-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
Why should you choose Pittsburg State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
Incredible athletics. The amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
Case, what were your overall thoughts on how you guys played last Friday night?
Well, overall, defense was good. It was bend but don't break. We gave up a a lot of yards. They ran a tremendous amount of offensive snaps, but the only stat that really matters is the score, and they kept them out of the end zone. Had a takeaway inside the 1 yard line that rolled in for the touchback, and then had the big goal line stand right before halftime. That was a huge momentum swing. So defensively, they bent, but they never broke, and that was the most important thing. And overall, it was kind of a sloppy game. A lot of penalties. We had the one turnover. But I mean, effort was there, but it was for the fourth game of the year. We're having too many of the same mistakes. Not always just hustling mistakes, just smarts, just being football savvy and being smart. And we're still having too many of those mistakes. So was pleased with the effort, but if our focus has to get better if we're going to continue to improve.
Penalties are a part of the game, and they're going to happen, whether they're hustle mistakes or just bonehead mistakes. They're a part of the game that's going to happen every Friday night. You can minimize them and hope to contain them. How hard is it to get kids to keep their reactions to a minimum and not let a penalty snowball into something more than just, the 5, 10, or 15 yards that it is?
Well, and that's the issue. It's a highly emotional game. Everybody's emotions run high. The kids do, the coaches do, even the officials' emotions run high. So it's tough because you want them to play on that edge. You want them to play with great energy, great passion, but that can also be a detriment if they can't rein that in and control it sometimes. So, I mean, that's the $1 million question. You're dealing with 15 to 18-year-old kids that are having adrenaline coursing through their veins. How do you keep them grounded, and how do you keep their head level-headed? How do you keep them cool? And every kid's different. So, and every kid's different on a different night. They don't act the same every single day. So, it's a whole lot of trying to figure out the kid. How's he reacting to the situation? Does he need to get off the field to cool down for a minute? Is he playing within himself? It's tough. It's an impossible question because it changes every single day. But I mean, we demand our kids play with a lot of energy and a lot of physicality, but we just got to be smart about it. And most of them that we do are hustle penalties, but there's some of them that are just, instead of moving our feet, you grab on and you hold. That can be corrected. Or the false starts, which are the ones that drive everybody crazy. You know what the snap count is. Hold your ground or watch the ball if you're on defense. The ones that kill us, though, are the 15-yarders. We've got to eliminate those because those are the ones where you lose your cool.
It's hard to believe, Coach, we're week 5, half the season is done and gone with the 8-game regular season, everybody making the playoffs. Are you where you want to be headed into week 5? Well,
from an injury standpoint, no. We're missing some key people, and we'd love to get them back, and hopefully we will before postseason play starts. Defensively, probably. I like what we're doing on defense. I like the energy that they play with. I like the rotation. We're able to rotate a lot of guys on the D-line and a lot of linebackers in the game. So defensively, yeah. Special teams, we still got some work to do on a couple of our special teams units. They're just not quite consistent enough. Most of them are doing fine, but kickoff is one of them. We got to be more consistent on kickoff and extra point field goals. It just the rotations we got and the assignments. Offensively, we're getting there. We're playing a lot of young guys on offense, so we knew the offense would take a while to get going. We have big explosive plays, and then we'll have 2 negative plays, and then we have a big one, and then you have a penalty. You look up, and you're at 2nd and 20. We're not the consistent offensive flow, just the efficient flow that we want to be yet. The kids are getting better, and they understand what we're going for. We haven't been able to find that groove yet for an entire game. So I think when we do, it'll be a good balance of run and pass and very efficient. But we haven't had that game yet, so we're still searching.
All brand new backfield coming into the season, thrown into the mix that your quarterback goes down mid-second quarter in the opening game. Your backup comes in and I think does a great job through a game and a half, and then back to the starter for the remaining 2 games. It's tough to get back there. What's your thoughts been on through these first 4 games of those 3 guys in the backfield?
Well, I thought they've done really well, and I agree. Ty Roark came in and did a great job. The game and a half he came in and led the offense well. But I think Chase and Noah and Jelani have the potential to be a really, really good backfield, and I think they're getting better the more reps they get every week. They've played a couple of really tough defenses. I'm not sure they'll see defenses any tougher than what they saw against Harrisonville and Webb City. And, so they've seen what the best is. Now we got to figure out how to line up and compete and beat those defenses. I think against a little slower defense, we do really good. We've just got to get used to the speed of an elite defense and play up to that level. And they definitely have the potential for that. But I think that's where the mix between the play calling that I'm giving them could improve dramatically, keeping defenses a little more off balance, because Chase definitely has the ability to throw and run and put us in the correct play, and both those backs are really explosive. And then we can rotate in our backups and those guys. I don't think we drop off a whole lot from our number 2 backfield from our number 1. So, the potential's there. And as a coaching staff, we just go to work every weekend and try to game plan and put our kids in the best position we can to make them successful. And there's been a couple games where maybe we didn't do a good enough job for those guys, and we're still learning what we do well and what we don't do well. But the backfield I like. What's really been a problem this year is the health of our O-line. We've had 2 starters out for multiple games now. Our 2 starting guards have been out, and we've had to convert a tight end to a tackle just to fill it. So, it's getting consistency from the O-line so that the backfield's comfortable with them. It's the whole team concept on offense. We've had a ton of injuries, and we're just adjusting on the fly right now.
We're talking Dragon football with head coach Tom Nicholson, and this week, Coach Tom Audley comes to town with an Andover Central squad that is struggling a little bit. They've been decimated a little bit by injuries of their own. What do you expect to see from the Jaguars?
Well, it wasn't about 10 months ago they're playing in the 4A state championship game, so this is a team that knows how to win, and they've got a lot of pieces back from that team. So it's there. They have had some injuries. I know their quarterback went down game 1, and they've had some other guys go down that are key contributors. So they're playing a lot of younger kids, but they're getting reps and they're getting experience, and they're getting better each and every week. They are 0-4, but the 4 teams they've played have combined records of 10-2, 2 4-0 teams and 2 3-1. So they've played one of the toughest schedules in the state up to this point. So they're battle tested. They've seen elite teams, and they're getting better each and every week. Those young kids are getting more experience, so I expect them to come to town and play their best game of the season.
Coach, do you like the way and seeing what they do on film and different things that you match up against them?
Well, I do. They run a 4-3, which is nice because we finally get to see the same defense 2 weeks in a row. Fort Scott ran a 4-3. So we're finally seeing the same thing 2 weeks in a row. We've gone from 3-man fronts to 4-mans to 5-mans to everything across the spectrum. So it's nice to have a little bit of consistency, and they'll roll a 5-man front down against us in double tights. But they do a lot of stuff similar to what Fort Scott does. So our kids have a good understanding, and because of that, practice has been a lot crisper the beginning of the week, where the offense is executing a lot better. And what they do on offense, I think, matches up well with our defense. They do like to throw it around the field a little bit, but I like the way our defense matches up with their run game. So hopefully we can get them in passing situations and make it a little bit easier for us.
Coach, appreciate your time. Best of luck, and we'll talk with you again in the postgame.
Sounds good, Shaq. I appreciate it.
That's Tom Nicholson, head coach of the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. His team getting set to square off against the Andover Central Jaguars.
Right now, you can choose how you want to save at Pittsburgh Ford on America's #1 selling truck, the 2016 Ford F-150. Choose 0% for 72 months or rebates as high as $6,050. Or choose 0% for 72 months or $2,500 in rebates on the 2016 Ford Edge. And finally, you can get $1,000 in rebates or 0% financing for 72 months on the 2017 Ford Escape or $2,500 in rebates. Some rebates may require financing through Ford Motor Credit. See dealer for details.
At Pittsburgh Ford, you're very special to us.
Find them fast at names and numbers.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program, and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
On my phone. Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
At Commerce Bank, we offer auto loans that fit your world.
In my world, I need a different car, so I need an auto loan now. The next car I buy will be red, fast, sporty, and we probably want 3 rows so the kids can really spread out.
Whether you're buying new or used or refinancing your current car, Commerce Bank can help. We'll get you a competitive auto loan that fits your budget and flexible payment options that make sense for you. We can even pre-approve a loan so you can start looking for that car that fits your family. We make it easy. So apply today at a branch, over the phone, or online at commercebank.com.
Easy? That's great.
Easy. That's Commerce Bank.
Now back to Dragon football.
You're listening to Coach's Corner on ESPN 100.7. I'm Mike Snow. As we are rolling through coaches, about to change gears here in a moment to Southwest Missouri. We've got Carthage, Webb City, Carl Junction all coming up, but as you just heard from Coach Tom Nicholson of the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons, that is, they host Andover Central, and former Baxter Springs head coach Tom Audley back in the mid-'90s is the head coach of the Jaguars. You can hear the game right here and also watch it on our website, ESPN 1007. So let's hear from Coach Audley, check in with him here on Coach's Corner as we welcome in Tom Audley, head coach of Andover Central. Coach, how you doing?
Well, we've been struggling a little bit, but I'm doing fine. Kind of excited to come down to Pittsburgh and play. It'd be nice coaching that stadium again, and hopefully our kids can step up and play a good ball game.
Well, you're 0-4, Coach, but you've played in some battles, several of them been close games. Do you feel like this young and inexperienced team that you have is getting better through the first 4 weeks of the season?
We've gotten have gotten better. We've had a little injury bug, which has set us back a little bit, and hopefully we're starting to get healthy again and make a push for the end of the year and in 4A. It's those last 3 games, and hopefully we can find something to get us rolling and get ready for our district.
Well, Coach, is there a concern with Pittsburgh's defense? I know they're 2-2, and you can kind of overlook their record because you're very familiar probably with how good the Webb City program is, as well as Harrisonville over in Missouri. Yeah. Outside of that, they've allowed 0 points against Kansas opponents, shutting out Chanute in week 2, and then Fort Scott a week ago, 28-0. Are you concerned with that defensive line and that defensive group at Pittsburgh High?
Well, they're pretty physical. I mean, they got some dudes that can run, and up front they play really well. Secondary solid. We're just going to have to scratch an itch and see if we can generate a little bit of offense. And we've struggled at times and playing against good defense. And we've played against 4 good defenses. I mean, it's Pittsburgh may be one of the better ones, but we've played some pretty good football teams.
We're talking to Andover Central's head coach Tom Audley here on the local show with Mike Snow and Chet Copeland. Coach, what's your style of play offensively?
We based it out of the I formation, but we run some spread and 4 wides, and we've been trying to find something to work. We try to be a 50-50 run pass team, and we have had some trouble running the ball, and most of our offense has been through the air. We're working real hard on trying to balance that out with a better running game. So we try to be balanced. If we, I'm not going to beat my head against a brick wall, but we're going to have to do what it takes to move the ball and hopefully get the chains move and maybe change that shutout against the in-state schools.
Well, Coach, you're obviously familiar with this area. You were at Baxter Springs from 1987 and 1997, so several listeners probably familiar with you, but you've been in the Andover school system since 1997. What was it like at your time in Southeast Kansas coaching Baxter Springs when you guys had some success there in the mid-'90s?
Well, I grew up in Southeast Kansas. I loved the area. I still keep in contact with a lot of people down there, have a lot of good friends down there. It was just an opportunity to move on and go to a bigger school. But, some days I miss those Baxter days. It was a lot of fun. And we kind of built a program and had some pretty good players there, got good memories. I got one of my favorite players, Tim Parrish. He played for me at Baxter, and he's now the head coach. And I think Tim's making some progress with the team there. And I always follow the scores every week from Southeast Kansas, and I'm interested in what's going on there, and still know a lot of coaches. So that's going to be kind of fun getting back in the area.
Well, Coach, as we wrap it up, last year you made it to the 4A1 state title game. What was that experience like, and what were some of these kids that, were backups and underclassmen on that team a year ago? What was their experience like going through that whole process?
Well, we had a lot of our kids. We have 3 linemen that were part of the group, and they played well for us. Had several kids that came in and had like our receiver Anthony. He was a full-time starter and was a big part of our team last year. The experience was a blast. Okay, the end result was a train wreck, but we played a pretty good football team. But it was a great experience for me and for our kids, and hopefully we're getting back there one day.
Well, Coach Audley, we appreciate your time today on ESPN 100.7. Best of luck against the Dragons on Friday.
Thank you very much.
It's the place where you'll build that new swing set for your little girl. It's where the entire family will gather for Thanksgiving dinner, even Uncle Bob, where hundreds of wiffle ball games will be played, where countless slumber parties are held. It's your home, where memories are made every day. To view all of the current listings, browse their website at pittrealty.net. Your new home and your new memories start at Pitt Realty.
In a world of prefabricated convenience, isn't it nice to know that nothing beats good old-fashioned craftsmanship? Hicus Masonry melds time-honored hardscaping skills with all-natural materials to create structures that are both stunning and sturdy. When it comes to quality stone and brickwork, don't take chances. Go right to the experts. Whether it's indoors or out, big or small, make Hicus Masonry the first choice for your next project.
Are you tired of all those confusing checking account options? The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union makes your choice simple. We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees, and if you maintain a $2,000 minimum balance, we pay you interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
CDL offers a comprehensive, proactive maintenance program to keep your business electrical systems running efficiently. Without inspection and proper care, it could be just a matter of time before your operation is damaged and your customers are impacted. You can trust CDL Electric to solve your problems before they happen and supply the parts you need to keep your electrical system in excellent condition. Don't wait until you have to call an electrician. Call the professionals at CDL today. Find them fast at names and numbers.
Now back to Dragon football.
Mike Snow back here at Hutchinson Field. We are set for some Purple Dragon football as they will bring in Andover Central here to Hutchinson Field for this Week 5 action. Next week, Pittsburg High on the road and a big matchup at Carl Junction. Let's take a look tonight at the starting lineups, brought to you by Pittsburg Ford. Pittsburg Ford has a team of experts to ensure that you get exactly what you wanted when you step onto their lot, whether you're there for an amazing new vehicle or to maintain your current one. Pittsburg Ford is there to help. Let's start first with Pittsburg High. With the Purple Dragon offense, the junior quarterback, Chase Curtis, will call the plays for the Purple Dragons tonight. In the backfield, Jelani Long and Noah Vaughn. The tight ends are Nathan Woods and Clayton Kent. And the wide receivers are Skylar Van Winkelpleck, Drew Rolfs, Elijah Harris, the leading receiver for the Purple Dragons. The guys that make them go up front from left to right, Josh Newport's the left tackle. The left guard is P.J. Monsoor. The center is Drew White. The right guard is Jarek Butcher. And the right tackle is Reese Willis. That's your starters, offensive starters for Pittsburg High. For Andover Central, coached by Tom Audley. They were the runner-up in 4A Division I last year. Come into this game 0-4, but their 4 opponents, as you heard Coach Nicholson mention earlier on the Pitt State pregame show, are 10-2 combined. Starting for Andover Central, the defensive ends are Austin Zellers at one DN. The other DN is Isaac Rosario. The defensive tackles are Hunter O'Connor and Xavier Crum. The linebackers are Tave Friesen and Stratton Stamp. The other linebacker in the 4-3 is Sam Thomas. The defensive backs are Gavin Cusick, Isaac Althamides, who is also their leading receivers. You heard Coach Audley talk about in the pregame. Matt Lyman, the other D-back, and Dante Rod for the Andover Central Jaguars. Out of the AVCTL, as they come to town with an 0-4 record here to take on the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. For Pittsburgh High, Elijah Harris, Clayton Kent, or Trevor Kent, I should say, are the captains, along with Drew White and Keith Waltrip. They are meeting at midfield for the coin toss. There's the white hat, Miko Plotnick. Talking with the team captains, getting ready for the coin toss. It's brought to you by Jocksnitch in downtown Pittsburgh. Tonight's time and temperature kickoff is brought to you by CDL Electric. CDL is the area's leader in residential, commercial, and industrial heating, cooling, and refrigeration. Call the professionals at CDL to make sure your home or office is the right temperature all the time. And currently here at Hutchison Field on a beautiful night, partly cloudy and 72. As this is the longest coin flip in the history of coin flips. So Andover Central has won the toss. They defer, so Pittsburgh High will receive the opening kickoff, moving from left to right. Don't forget you can watch us online streaming video on our website, ESPN1007.com. Tonight's opening kickoff is brought to you by the law offices of Edward J. Battatori. Protect your rights. You don't have to do it alone. Experience counts. Call the law offices of Edward J. Battatori, 230-0333. This has been the Pitt State pregame show. Whatever you're looking for in a university, you can find it at Pittsburgh State. For more information, visit them online, pittstate.edu. You belong at Pitt State, Pittsburgh State University. So Pittsburgh High's offense, we struggled a little bit at times, particularly in that first half a week ago against the Fort Scott Tigers. We'll get things started moving from left to right on your radio dial. Skylar Von Winklepleck back deep to receive the kick, along with Corbin Jefferson. Reagan Jones, the sophomore, has it teed up from Andover Central. And he will kick it from right to left. And we are ready for some Dragon football. Jones teeing it up. Puts a boot into it. A high, deep, end-over end kick. Pretty good kick by the freshman. Taking at the floor numbers at the 10, across the 15, across the 20. Room to run across the 30. And upended right there at the 33-yard line is Van Winkelpleck. And the Purple Dragons in pretty good field position. 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line to open up this contest. Dragons 2-2. At Carl Junction, at Bonner Springs coming up in the next 2 weeks, and then finish with Wichita North here, a game that you can watch on statewide television. This is a very important matchup to get above the Mendoza line to that winning record. Harris goes in motion, going to run the option play. Curtis around the right side, pitches it back, room to run, across the 40, cross midfield. It's a foot race to the sideline, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Pittsburg High, 67 yards. Jelani Long and the Dragons lead 6-0. So one play and a touchdown for Pittsburg High. Nathan Neef in for the extra point. Kick is up and it is good. 17 seconds into this one, the Dragons lead 7-0. We are back to Hutchinson Field after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Dragon Football.
What do you know about Crestwood Country Club? Did you know that all new members will receive 3 $20 food certificates for use upon sign-up? How about the fact that it typically takes less than 4 hours to complete a round of 18? Crestwood also offers plenty of space for private functions such as birthdays, weddings, reunions, or any other special events. The 2016 membership drive is in full swing. For more information, contact General Manager Todd Casey at 231-6530. A golf heaven at a value price. Crestwood Country Club.
It's that time of year, football fans, to gear up at Jocksnitch Sporting Goods for some Gorilla, Chiefs, or local high school football. Jocksnitch has something for the whole family. Stop in downtown Pittsburgh or Parsons at Jocksnitch to score a new tee for those Friday or Saturday night lights. Jocksnitch has your team needs just a stop away. Huddle up the family and come into Jocksnitch Sporting Goods today.
You got the sports look of today. Sporting goods from Jocksnitch.
Now back to Dragon Football.
With his teed up at his own 40, set to kick it off from left to right. One play and a 67-yard Jelani Long touchdown put the Dragons up 7-0. Neef with a high, deep end-over and kick, going to be taken outside the numbers, inside the 10, across the 15, across the 20. Taken down on a nice open field tackle over there, just shy of the 25-yard line. And on the stop for Pittsburgh High, Corbin Jefferson, special teams guy, making a couple of plays here. So Andover Central will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line here. Coach Odley say they come out of the eye, try to be balanced. Pro formation, eye backs behind the quarterback Steiner. Play action pass, looking to throw, rolls to the right, got a man open in the flat, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, the fullback, Stratton Stamp. It's incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10. 7-0 Dragons, 11:33 remaining first quarter. First play, Jelani Long took it on the option play from Chase Curtis. 67 yards. Some movement up front, no flags. Pittsburgh High didn't jump. Now they're going to try the toss sweep to the near side. Woods is the first Dragon defender there to get him, along with Chase Johnson. Johnson, the junior outside linebacker. Crosses the tailback down after a gain of about 5 yards. That was Dante Rod. He only picked up 5 yards, brings up 3rd and 5. Just inside the Andover Central 29-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Steiner
Couple of backs on each side of him. Run the bubble screen over here, complete across the 30, slips a tackle and falls forward to the 33, and it's all going to come down to the spot. As Matt Lyman made the catch. Tried to spin and fall forward, and they mark him just across the 33-yard line. And it looks like they needed almost the 34, so it's going to be 4th and inches here, down 7-0. Let's see what Coach Audley does. They needed 5 and got about 4.5. They're going to keep the offense out there and go for it. Steiner in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Steiner takes the snap. He's going to punt it. End over end punt. It's going to be taken on the run at the 40. Gets a block at the 45. Flag comes in into Andover Central territory and ran out of bounds on the near side at the 41-yard line. Joel Kafka on the return, and it's an illegal block on Pittsburg High. You see a couple of the assistant coaches here on the near side of Pittsburg High shaking their head, yes, good call. No argument there out of Coach Nicholson, and Pittsburg High, even after the penalty, will still have really good field position. So they're going to mark the penalty off from the 43-yard line. And that'll give the Dragons 1st and 10 for the 2nd straight time at their own 33-yard line. Pittsburg High will break the huddle. Split 2 receivers to the right, tight end to the left, tight end to the right. Now they send Harris in motion, going to fake the jet sweep. Curtis looking to throw, sets his feet, got a man streaking down the middle, wide open. It's complete at the 30, slips a tackle and taken down on a shoestring tackle at the 15-yard line by that's Skylar Van Winkelpleck, and a touchdown saving tackle by the quarterback playing free safety, Jack Steiner. They're going to mark him down just inside the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Dragons. Curtis put that right on the money. Gain of 52 yards. 1st and 10 Dragons in the red zone. Going to run the option play. Curtis pulls it out. Tries to cut it up over the right tackle and hit hard. As he falls forward for a couple, gets him down to about the 13-yard line. As Chase picks up a couple. We're going to give him 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 for Pittsburg High, just inside the Andover Central 12-yard line. Toss it to Long around the left side. Nice cut into inside the 10-5. Touchdown, Jelani Long. This one from only 13 yards out. So how about Long? 2 carries, 80 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Pittsburg High running Andover Central out of the building here early on. Coach Nicholson wanted a fast start. Not much faster than less than 3 minutes in. The Dragons lead 13-0. Neave in for the extra point. Elijah Harris to hold. Snap is down. The kick is up. And it is right down the middle. 14-0 Pittsburg High. We are back to Hutch Field in 1 minute. You're listening to coverage of Purple Dragon football.
Facing criminal charges may be the most frightening challenge of your life. The loss of freedom, your job, your license, are prospects you don't want to take lightly. Don't face these challenges alone. Calling the law office of Edward J. Batatory is your first step to taking control of your situation. Put their reputation for success in the courtroom on your side. Call the law office of Edward J. Batatory today, 620-230-0333, and take back control of your life.
Advertising on digital billboards works. I'm Carrie Nix, co-owner of Arrowhead Outdoor. We now have 15 digital billboards at busy stoplight intersections in Kansas and Oklahoma, including at 14th and Santa Fe in Chanute and 20th and Broadway in Pittsburgh. Here's Brian Pasteur with Pitt Realty.
A big part of our growth is our branding and our ads on the digital billboard at 20th and Broadway.
Thanks, Brian. Learn more about our affordable, effective advertising on our digital billboards. Call Arrowhead Outdoor at 620-308-6667.
Now back to Dragon football.
Back in Hutchinson Field, Jelani Long, 2 carries, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. 14-0 Pittsburgh High. We're not even 3 minutes into it. Neef kicking it off again. High knuckleball, angled to the far side, just inside. Oh, they're going to say just outside the pylon. From here, it looked like it hooked just inside that pylon. It goes out of bounds at about the half-yard line. The result will be a illegal procedure, and Andover Central will have it in pretty good field position, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Andover Central, a couple of passes and a run, and their first possession ended up punting on 4th down and about a half-yard. Be willing to bet if they are in a similar situation here, they're going to gamble and go for it. Already down 14-0. Steiner will bring the Jaguars up to the line of scrimmage. Rod, the tailback, dotting the I formation behind the fullback, Caden Andrews. Receiver to each side of the formation, tight end left. Going to hand off straight ahead on the ISO. That play was blown up immediately by Pittsburgh High. Trevor Kent was one of the first Dragons in there to blow it up as they handed that off to the fullback, Andrews. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. And I believe Rod, the tailback, had his helmet knocked off, so he'll have to come out for a play. No gain there by the fullback. 2nd down and 10 coming up here for Andover Central. I know we're really early in this game, but the way Pittsburgh High's moving the ball, a rush for 67 yards, a pass for 52 yards, and a rush for 13 in 3 plays. 132 yards of offense for Pittsburgh High, and Andover Central is going to burn a timeout as they were confused coming out of the huddle. So we'll take it with them. Back in 30 seconds, 8:27 remaining, 1st quarter. Pittsburgh High leads 14-0. You're listening to Dragon Football.
Why should you choose Pittsburg State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
Incredible athletics. The amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
Billboards works. I'm Carrie Nix, co-owner of Arrowhead Outdoor. We now have 15 digital billboards at busy stoplight intersections in Kansas and Oklahoma, including at 14th and Santa Fe in Chanute and 20th and Broadway in Pittsburgh. Here's Brian Pasteur with Pitt Realty.
A big part of our growth is our branding and our ads on the digital billboard at 20th and Broadway.
Thanks, Brian. Learn more about our affordable, effective advertising on our digital billboards. Call Arrowhead Outdoor at 620-308-6667.
Who's more important, football fans? The offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator? Neither. It's the party food coordinator. Ultimate Choice Catering is your best hire for party food coordinator this season. Blitz them first with strip pit chicken, pulled pork, or rib, or use a little play action with a hot wing, brisket, or rigatoni. If your guests are just grazing a little at halftime or during the game, you can audible to smoked or garlic sausage bits, sweet onion or pepper dip, or their unique smoked chicken dip. Call.
Now back to Dragon football.
Scrambled for 3 yards on 2nd and long, and out of the shotgun formation, there's going to be an illegal procedure penalty on the Jaguars, so that'll put them behind the chains. So that'll make it put them at 3rd down and long inside their own 35-yard line. Mike Snow here at Hutchinson Field, 7:43 remaining, 1st quarter, 14-0 Dragons. Steiner in the shotgun, Dragons showing blitz. Here they come off the edge. Steiner steps up in the pocket, rolling out to the right. Just going to try to get what he can. He'll pick up a couple and go out of bounds on the far sideline. Gains 2 yards on that scramble. That'll bring up a 4th down and 10. And another punting situation coming up. There's Van Winklepleck there to run him out of bounds. Steiner, a couple of scrambles here. He's only picked up 4 yards and 2 carries, but very elusive. Pittsburgh High had him dead to rights on the quarterback sack there, and he was able to scramble around and get out of it. Now they're going to line up in the shotgun formation, 4th and 10, looking to quick kick, and they are. It's blocked. Trevor Kent blocks the punt and then falls on it at the Andover Central 28-yard line. Pittsburgh High already up 14-0 in business again. So Kent blocked it, and the other defensive end, Nathan Woods, recovered it. And Pittsburgh High in business here, 1st and 10. At the Andover Central 28-yard line. Curtis in the I formation, hands it off to Noah Vaughn on the trap play. Room to run as he spun to the ground inside the 25 at the 23. Defensive tackle Xavier Crum there, the first to get him, but Vaughn, good yards there after contact, moved the pile forward all the way inside the 25. At the 23, picked up nearly 5 yards. Dragons quickly up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the left, tight end to the right. Fake the counter. Curtis rolling out right, looking to throw, sets his feet, got a man wide open, complete at the 15, trying to slip a tackle inside the 10, but can't do it. He's taken down at the 8-yard line. Kagan Cole on the bootleg pass will take it down inside the 7-yard line. 1st and goal, Pittsburgh High. Gain of 17 yards there. Good play there by Chase Curtis. 1st and goal, Pittsburgh High. Curtis in the I formation. Run the option to the right. Pitches it to Long. Long dives forward inside the 5 and taken down at about the 4 after a 2-yard gain. That'll hurt Jelani's average. 2 carries, 80 yards, and 2 touchdowns there, and he only picked up 4 yards on that carry.
Play does bring up a 2nd down and goal to go. Ball spotted on the 3-yard line.
2nd and goal at the 3 for the Dragons, already leading in this one, 14-0, and they're knocking on the door. Hand off to Long, and he walks it into the end zone. Jelani Long with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the ball game has put the Purple Dragons up 20-0 as Neef will come in for his 3rd extra point here in this 1st quarter. .45 remaining here in the 1st quarter. 21-0 Dragons. Snap is down, kick is up. And it is good. It's all Pittsburgh High in this one. They lead 21-0 over Andover Central. We are back to Hutchison Field after this 30-second timeout.
The Campus Bookstore, located inside the University Plaza, has always been the most affordable place to buy new and used textbooks for your college classes. And there is no doubt they offer the best price when buying them back. But did you know that now at the Campus Bookstore, you can save even more money? They will rent you the books you need for your classes. Don't stress about the buying and selling process. Rent your textbooks from the Campus Bookstore. And don't forget their game day gear by Nike. The Campus Bookstore.
Now back to Dragon football.
Mike Snow back here at Hutchison Field. It's all Pittsburgh High. They lead 21-0 over Andover Central. 3 Jelani Long touchdowns. And the Dragons starting to run away with it. Neef set to kick it off for the 3rd time tonight. He's perfect 3 for 3 on extra points. He kicked it at the Meaties each and every time. Let's see if he angles it to the left again. He does. This one turns over like a bad tee shot off the tee box and goes out of bounds. Andover Central will start 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. So Jelani Long, 4 carries, 86 yards, 3 touchdowns. You look at some of the teams that Andover Central has played, and been in every game except week 1 at Andale, and a team that's just blowing everybody out right now. I really thought this would be a little bit different. They move on the first down before the snap, and that's going to back them up 5 yards back to the 30. And right now, the Jaguars just can't get out of their own way. And unfortunately, they are burying themselves here early. All the momentum's in favor of the Purple Dragons. Don't forget to tune in immediately following this broadcast right here on ESPN 100.7. We'll have the Campus Bookstore Scoreboard Show. 2 receivers right, tight end to the left. Steiner takes the snap, standing in the pocket, pump fake. Now he wants it all down the far sideline. Good coverage over there, and it's intercepted. Elijah Harris with it at the 35. Reverses his field at midfield. He's got a wall of blockers as a flag comes in. Makes the quarterback miss, spin move inside the 40 and taken down at the 36-yard line. And that is exactly where the flag is. It's going to be post-possession, probably a block in the back on Pittsburg High. Steiner overthrew the intended receiver right into the hands of Elijah Harris. So if you're Pittsburg High, and we'll have Coach Nicholson joining us here in the post-game show, and I know there's a lot of game left, but let's look at this for a moment. We are 6 minutes and 32 seconds into this one. They ran the ball really well for 3 touchdowns from their tailback. Had a 1-play drive and a 4-play drive. And then another 3-play drive. They've blocked a punt on special teams. Really, the only thing that they've done wrong is a couple of kickoffs gone out of bounds. But the defense has picked up the slack there. So after the penalty, Pittsburg High will have it 1st and 10 at the Jaguar 26-yard line. Toss sweep to the left, room to run across the 40, cuts back inside the 30, and taken down at the 26-yard line by that was Corbin Jefferson with his first carry. Corbin Jefferson picks up an even 20 on his first carry. Dragons in the I formation, slot to the right, toss sweep this time to Jefferson, trying to cut it up outside, and now reverses his field. Nice cut. Picks up a couple extra yards before Steiner meets him and takes him down at the 35-yard line. There's a flag on the play, and it's going to be holding on Pittsburg High. So that'll back them up. And we'll put the Dragons behind the chains, but the way they're moving the football right now. So a 1-play, a 2-play, and a 4-play drive here for Pittsburg High. This will be their second play of this drive. Out of the shotgun, they're going to hand it off to Vaughn over the right tackle. Room to run inside the 30. Dragging tacklers with him inside the 25 and taken down at the 19-yard line. Noah Vaughn with a gain of 18. Athamitas on the tackle. A gain of 18 on 1st and 20, 2nd down and 2 for Pittsburg High. From the Andover Central 19-yard line, 2 receivers left. Now they flip Kent in the formation from right to left. Going to run the speed option to the left. Curtis cuts it up and gets sandwiched between a couple of defenders, but falls forward to pick up the 1st down. Reagan makes the tackle as he picked up 3 on 2nd down and 2. 1st and 10, Pittsburg High at the Jaguars 16-yard line. Curtis hands it off up the middle along with the carry. Going to pick up a couple inside the 15-yard line. Gets it just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And off to Vaughn on the trap play, and he's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. By far the best defensive effort there by the Jaguars. The defensive end, Austin Zeller's there, the first to hit him. Vaughn only picked up about a yard on that play. 3rd down and 7, just inside the Jaguar 14-yard line. Pittsburgh High leads 21-0, 2:40 remaining first quarter. Break the huddle with the 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, Long, the tailback, and Gonzalez will line up at fullback. Curtis will hand it off up the middle to Long, and he will move it just inside the 10-yard line. And Coach Nicholson's going to have a decision to make, and he'll quickly send in the field goal team. And the Dragons are going to kick a field goal. Unofficially, a 27-yard attempt for Neath. Trying to add to this 21-0 lead for Pittsburgh High. Snap is down, the kick is up. It's long enough, and it is right down the middle. 24-0 our score, 1:51 remaining here in the first quarter. It's all Pittsburgh High. We are back to Hutchison Field after this 30-second time.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins. Established in 2005, SEK Urgent Care has been providing quality health care to Pittsburgh and surrounding communities. We are here for your medical needs, from sneezes to stitches and everything in between. SEK Urgent Care, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome, and most insurance is accepted, including Blue Cross. SEK Urgent Care, where your time and family matter.
Give them a call, 231-8003, and find them fast in names and numbers.
Now back to Dragon football.
Here at Hutchison Field, Neath's 27-yard field goal caps Pittsburgh High's longest drive of the night. 6 plays, 47 yards, ends in a 27-yard field goal. Avamidas back deep to receive. He's gotten every single kickoff. Also Matt Lyman back there as well. 1:51 remaining. It's all Dragons in this one. Still a lot of time left. You got to think if the Jaguars can sustain a drive. As Neath pops this one up, taken by one of the upbacks at the 30. Spun around and taken down after a 5-yard return is Rod, and once again, for the 3rd straight possession, Andover Central will have it 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Mark him actually at the 36-yard line, so this will be their best starting field position of the night for the Jaguars. Double tight eye formation. Steiner rolling out right, looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket and wanting it all down the far sideline. Pass right on the money and just off the fingertips. Incomplete for the intended receiver, Gavin Kusick. Good coverage over there by Elijah Harris. 2nd down and 10 coming up for Andover Central at their own 36-yard line. 1:39 remaining first quarter. Pittsburgh High 24, Andover Central nothing. 2 receivers right, tied in to the left, backs in the I formation. Steiner going to run the counter play, hand it to Rod, and he is swallowed up. Kent in on the stop for Pittsburgh High. As Rod was stacked up immediately, and Keith Waltrip there to hit him and knock him down for a loss of 2. For the 4th time. On the 4th straight possession, it'll be 3rd down and long coming up here for Andover Central. And they need Steiner looking to throw. Got a man wide open on the wheel route, and it's in and out of the hands of Kusick, who was running free on the far sideline once again. And the pass from Steiner right on the money. Kusick unable to haul it in. And another punting situation coming up here for the Jaguars. So now for the first time, Johonik will line up actually in a punt formation instead of punting it out of the shotgun. And still Pittsburgh High almost blocks it. A low line drive, taking on a hop at the 30. Stutter step to the left, cross the 35, cross the 40, and wrapped up and taken down is Kapka. And he's taken down at the 41-yard line, and that's where Pittsburgh High will have it 1st and 10 at their own 41, leading 24-0. 44 seconds remaining, first quarter. And easily the best quarter that Pittsburgh High has played all season long. On the counter play to Long, and he just gets it across the line of scrimmage. Good penetration there up front by Andrew Rankin, the outside linebacker, and another player shaken up. That's Stratton Stamp, the 195-pound junior. He's shaken up. He's able to make his way over to the sideline, holding his right hand. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. He is making his way over to the sideline. Going to give Long a gain of about a yard there. 2nd down and 9 for Pittsburgh High from their own 42-yard line. 34 seconds remaining as they wind the play clock. Throwing an incomplete pass. This will be our final play of the first quarter. Curtis in the shotgun. Takes the bubble screen, throws it deep down the far sideline. Jump ball almost intercepted and falls incomplete. Kagan Cole was the intended receiver. Check that. That was Drew Rolfs, the intended receiver. And Pittsburgh High will have a 3rd down and long for their first time with 12 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Trips to the left, shotgun formation, 3rd and long. Curtis rolling out, looking to throw, rolling out left. Steps up in the pocket, got a man open, and it's off his fingertips and incomplete. Pass was intended for Landon Conrad. It falls incomplete, and Pittsburgh High is going to have to punt it for the first time tonight. We'll punt it on 4th and 9. Anthemides back deep to receive. He stands at his own 26-yard line awaiting the punt from the quarterback and also the punter for Pittsburgh High, Chase Curtis. It's the snap, going to set up the rugby punt. High knuckleball, taking on a fair catch at the 22-yard line. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. It is all Pittsburgh High in this one. They lead Andover Central 24-0. We are back to Hutchison Field after this 1-minute timeout. 1 minute. You're listening to Dragon Football on ESPN 100.7.
Every 4 years, the fastest and strongest among us come together in one place to determine the best in the world. Frank Fletcher Toyota invites you to run through the tape.
31 million people have made the Toyota Corolla the best-selling car in the world. Drive away a brand new Corolla for as little as $16,997 or get 0% financing for 72 months.
And every Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 24-month complimentary maintenance plan.
The best deals on the best cars in America.
Only at Frank Fletcher Toyota, Joplin.
My account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
Success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit landlordbballcamps.com.
Now back to Dragon football.
First play in the second quarter, 1st and 10 for Andover Central from their own 23-yard line. 24-0 Pittsburg High. They hand it off to the fullback on a trap play. Their best gain of the night across the 30 and taken down at the 32-yard line. Was Anthemides on the carry. No check that was 20, not 22. Caden Andrews on the carry. He'll pick up 9 yards. 2nd down and 1 for the Jaguars, who have yet to pick up a first down. Split out a receiver to each side of the formation, tied in to the left. Gonna run the toss sweep, hand it off to the tailback, who stood up, pushed back, and taken down hard to the ground, but not before forward progress gets him to the 38-yard line. As Dylan Prince is there to bring him down. Rod picks up 6 and the initial first down of the ball game for the Jaguars. 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. And it's been all Dragons in this one. Jelani Long, 3 touchdowns. He scored on the first 2 times he touched it here this evening. Bobble snap by Steiner, rolling out, looking to throw. Kent pursuing him. He's going to throw it up for grabs, and it's almost intercepted by Jelani Long. And that would have been a pick 6 for sure if he could have held on to it. And a score update coming in. 21-8, Coffeyville leads over the Galena Bulldogs. 2nd down and 10 here for the Jaguars from their own 38-yard line. 2 receivers split to the left, way out to the left, tied in to the right, backs in the eye. Steiner lead play to Rod over the left tackle, and he is stuffed, nowhere to go. Woods, one of the first Dragons there to get him, stand him up and push him back. Also, the big man inside, Devron Duncan, a 6'2", 270-pound defensive tackle, stands Rod up for a gain of nothing. So 3rd down and long for the Jaguars. They need their own 48-yard line to keep the drive alive. Shotgun formation, looking to throw. Hit as he releases it, and it's intercepted. Johnson with it. 30, 25, 20. Johnson in a foot race, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburg High. Chase Johnson with the pick 6. It's 30-0 Dragons. So Neef lining up for the extra point to put Pittsburg High up 31-0 over the Jaguars. Elijah Harris to hold. A 4th PAT attempt from Neef. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. It's all Dragons in this one. They lead 31-0 over Andover Central. We are back to Hutch Field in 1 minute. You're listening to coverage of Purple Dragon football on ESPN 100.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburg and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale Hubble independent rating system. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them fast in names and numbers. Be sure to get reliable information when you choose an attorney to represent you.
Now back to Dragon football.
Johnson with a 35-yard pick six. Adds to this Pittsburgh High lead. It's now 31-0. Neef set to boot it. High, deep, end-over end kick. Going to be taken by Anthemides at the 3. Angles right across the 10. Stutter step at the 15, and down he goes. A host of Dragons there on the kickoff coverage. And it'll be 1st and 10. Andover Central at their own 15-yard line. Not a very pleasant welcome home for Coach Odley. He grew up here in Southeast Kansas. And the head coach at Baxter over 20 years ago. And there's still 10 minutes to go in the first half, and it's 31-0 Pittsburgh High. So confusion out at the huddle. Andover Central broke the huddle with 10, and now they're going to have to burn their second time out. 10:01 to play here in this first half. It's all Dragons. They lead 31-0. We are back in 1 minute.
Why should you choose Pittsburg State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
Incredible athletics. The amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
Insurance agency comes when you suffer a loss. It's easy to take your premiums, but Ray Ryan of Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh knows that handling your claim is the most important service an insured needs.
Claim is our chance to let the customer know that we'll be out there, not just that we sold them a policy, we'll also be there when a claim occurs to make sure it gets handled in an honest, respectable way.
Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh, a trusted choice agency. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Now back to Dragon football.
1 remaining first half, 31-0 Pittsburgh High. Steiner breaks the huddle up to the line of scrimmage in the I formation. They had some trouble with the play clock. The officials blew it dead out of the timeout to reset the play clock, and we return to action here. Steiner in the I formation, gonna step on his own lineman and falls down as he takes the snap. Going to lose a couple of yards. And it has gone from bad to worst here for Andover Central in the first 14 minutes of this ball game. Clock rolls under 9:40 remaining first half. 31-0 Pittsburgh High. Steiner under center. Hand it off up the middle on the trap play, and Pittsburgh High's defense almost comes away with another turnover as the fullback Andrews was stood up and trying to move the pile forward. And he almost coughed it up, moves it to 3rd down and 12, deep in their own territory. Steiner with the shotgun snap, looking to throw, and the pass is broken up on the far side. Hits Johnson in the back of the helmet, covering the back on the wheel route out of the backfield. Falls incomplete, and another punting situation coming up for Andover Central, trailing Pittsburgh High 31-0.
Back to front, number 2, Gunnar Johannick.
Johanic back to punt. Low kick. May have hit one of the linemen in the back of the helmet. Bounced across the 40 and down at the 42.
Ball is down by number 59, Isaac Rosario for the Jaguars, where the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons will take over 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh High will take over 1st and 10, leading 31-0. They'll take over at the Andover Central 43-yard line. I think a touchdown here would put this one away. Going to run the option play. Curtis cuts it up over the left guard. Kind of falls down awkwardly. 31-0, Chase. You were injured earlier in the season. That's probably a ball there you hand off or pitch. Just kind of got turned down and fell down awkwardly. He's okay. He picks up about 2 yards.
3-yard gain on the play.
Brings up 2nd down and long. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage. And Coach Nicholson's going to call timeout. Didn't like the offensive formation. They were late breaking out the huddle and wanted to avoid the penalty, so he'll take a timeout. We'll take it with him. It's all Pittsburgh High in this one. They lead 31-0. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Dragon Football on ESPN 100.7.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Football.
8:01 remaining, first half. It's all Pittsburgh High, 31-0. 3 Jelani Long touchdowns. A pick 6 from Chase Johnson. And a 27-yard field goal from Nathan Neef. Put the Dragons up. And they're knocking on the door here. 2nd down and 8 at the 40-yard line of Andover Central. Send a man in motion. Going to run the option play to the right. Curtis pitches it across the 40 and upended at the 37-yard line. And that was Jefferson. He picks up, we'll give him about 3 there. 3rd down and about 5 for Pittsburgh High, just inside the Andover Central 37-yard line. A lot of option attack here for the Purple Dragons here early on. Noah Vaughn to the left of Curtis, and Curtis is going to burn a timeout. And we will take it with him again. 7:19 remaining first half, 31-0 Pittsburgh High. We are back to Hutchison Field in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pittsburgh Purple Dragon Football.
The mark of a great body shop is no mark at all. Whether your vehicle has minor door dings, scratches, been in a fender bender, or just needs a complete makeover, the Eddie Auto Body in Pittsburgh will make it look as good as new. The Eddie Auto Body on East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Now back to Dragon Football.
Timeouts on consecutive plays for the Purple Dragons brings up 3rd down and 5. From the Andover Central 37-yard line, probably in 4-down territory. Curtis looking to throw, stands tall in the pocket, floats it over the middle. It's popped up and almost intercepted. Good coverage in the secondary by Matt Lyman of Andover Central. And it'll bring up 4th and 5, and Coach Nicholson's going to go for it.
Pass is incomplete, being a 4th down and 4.
And the Dragons are going to go for it. 4th down and short 5, long 4, however you want to look at it. Ball just inside the 37-yard line. They need about the 32 and a half. Rolling out, looking to throw under pressure. Curtis eludes the rush. Now he's going to tuck and run. He's got the first down and dives inside the 30. Needed 4.5. He got 7. 1st and 10, Pittsburg High. Talk about turning nothing into something. Well, he almost lost 7 yards on 4th down, slipped a tackle, gained 7 yards, and keeps the possession alive for Pittsburg High. 1st and 10 at the Andover Central 29-yard line as the clock ticks under 7 minutes remaining first half. 31-0. Dragons in the I formation. Handing off to the fullback, new fullback into the ballgame over the left side. He stood up and falls forward for a couple. That's Dylan Prince, and a flag comes in late. Prince picked up about 3 yards. Personal foul on Pittsburg High. That'll back him up 15 yards. Other than a couple of kickoffs out of bounds, it's really the only mistake the Dragons have made here is that personal foul penalty. A little extra pushing and shoving after the whistle. So that'll back them up 15. And we'll mark it back to the 42 of Andover Central. Curtis in the shotgun, trips to the right. Noah Vaughn stands to his right. Takes a snap, stands tall in the pocket. Got a man open, it's complete over there. 35-yard line to Harris. What a move by Harris, stays on his feet, makes another defender miss, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown Dragons. Curtis to Harris, 42 yards, it's 37-0. What a play by Elijah Harris. I thought he was down at about the 25-yard line, stayed on his feet, made another defender miss at about the 7 and dove and just got it over the goal line. Neef in for his 5th extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. It is all Purple Dragons in this one. 38-0 Pittsburg High, 6:23 remaining in the first half. We are back to Hutch Field in 30 seconds.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Now back to Dragon football.
Mike Snow back here at Hutchison Field. 38-0 our score. Pittsburg High leads Andover Central. 42-yard touchdown pass from Chase Curtis to Elijah Harris. Harris caught it at about the 25, made 3 defenders miss for the touchdown. And Neef set to tee it up at his own 40-yard line. Neef puts a boot into it, a high, deep kick. Anthemides takes it at the 10, angles right to the 15. Outside the numbers at the 20 and taken down on a shoestring tackle at the 22-yard line. Skylar Van Winkelplecht makes the stop. And that's where Andover Central will have the football. 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line, trailing Pittsburg High 38-0.
Andover Central will have a ball, 1st and 10. Ball spotted on their own 23-yard line.
Steiner in the shotgun. Running back to each side. Going to run the quick toss to Rod. Cuts it up inside the defensive end. And then he's stood up and taken down by Jarek Butcher after a gain of 2 yards.
Tackle by number 6, Brett Wheeler.
Brent Weimer's also in on the stop for the Dragons. 2nd down and 8. Ball resting at the 25-yard line. 5:50 and counting here in the first half. Steiner looking to throw, setting up a screen pass. Complete to Rod. Tries to outrun the defender, and he's taken down from behind across the 34. He's going to have a first down. The second of the game as Fernando Gonzalez makes the stop. Really good play call there by Andover Central. Gain of 13. It'll move the chains. 5:22 remaining first half. 38-0 Pittsburg High. Hand it off over the left side. Butcher there to take Rod down after a gain of about 4 yards as he brings it right to the 39-yard line.
Number 54, Jared Butcher. 5-yard gain on play brings up a 2nd down and 5.
Gain of 5. Second down and 5. Steiner back under center in the I formation, a receiver to each side of the formation. Takes the snap, 3-step drop, looking to throw. Complete over on the far side on the hitch, across the 45. Taken down on an open field tackle over there at the 46-yard line. Alaminas with an 8-yard gain. It'll move the chains once again for Andover Central as the clock rolls under 4:30 remaining first half. 38-0 Pittsburg High. First drive, the Andover Central's gotten back-to-back first downs. Gonna hand it off to Rod over the left tackle, and Duncan's there to hit him. Pyle falls forward to midfield. He picks up about 4 yards. Andover Central finally starting to establish something up front on offense.
Four-yard gain on the play brings up a 2nd down and 6.
2nd down and 6 at midfield. 2 receivers right. Tied in to the left. Play fake. Steiner rolling out right, looking to throw. Sets his feet, floats a knuckleball in the flat. It's deflected and complete at midfield. Johnson almost had another pickoff. That was Xavier Bell with the catch. Another first down for the Jaguars as they pick up 10 yards there on 2nd down and 6. Chase Johnson may have taken that one to the house too. He's already got 1 pick six. And just went off his fingertips here in the flat on the near side. Counter play to Rod. Stood up in the backfield and able to find his way forward for a couple. He ran into the back of his lead blocker. And Jarek Butcher's there to bring him down after a 2-yard gain. And bring up 2nd down and 8 from the Dragon 38. 2:58 to play first half. 38-0 Dragons. Sure to stay tuned. Halftime for the SEK Urgent Care halftime show. We'll send it back to our ESPN 100.7 studios from score updates from around the area from Tyler Dara. Steiner sets his feet and throws it up for grabs over there on the far side. Incomplete. Intended for Bell. Good coverage over there on the far side for the Dragons. Not Kafka. 3rd and long coming up. Steiner looking to throw, standing in the pocket. It's tipped up in the air, then batted up in the air, then picked off in the secondary by Kafka. Joel Kafka with the interception. And the Dragons will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line with 2:35 remaining, leading 38-0. Good opportunity here for Coach Nicholson and the offense to work the 2-minute drill. First and 10 at their own 20. Jefferson, the lone setback, slot to the right. Going to run the toss sweep to the right. Jefferson trying to turn the corner, hurdles a defender across the 25, taken down at the 29-yard line. As the clock ticks, 2:25 remaining. First half, 38-0 Dragons.
7-yard gain on the play brings up a 2nd down and 3.
Jefferson picked up 7. 2nd and 3. The clock will roll under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Back to the I formation. Option to the left. Pitches it back to Jefferson. Good run across the 30. He has first down as he's taken down at the 33-yard line. Rankin in on the stop once again for Andover Central. First and 10 at their own 34. Clock ticking. 1:45 remaining, third quarter. Curtis up to the line of scrimmage with 8 on the play clock. 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Now they send Harris in motion. Going to give it to him on the jet sweep, trying to turn the corner. Across the 40, slips a tackle at the 45. Pushes the pile to midfield and taken down in Andover Central territory at the 49-yard line. Gain of 18. That'll stop the clock with 1:24 remaining to move the chains. The Dragons have 1 timeout remaining, and they're going to call it right here. We will take it with them. 38-0 Pittsburg High. They lead Andover Central with 1:24 remaining. We are back to Hutchfield in 30 seconds. You're listening to Dragon Football.
Why should you choose Pittsburg State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
Incredible athletics. The amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
From Jocks Mitch. Now back to Dragon Football.
38-0 Pittsburg High. They are running the 2-minute drill. 1:24 remaining here in the first half. They have it at the Andover Central 49-yard line. Trips to the left. Curtis rolling out left, looking to throw. Under some pressure, he'll float it in the flat, complete across midfield into the 45-yard line, inside the 45-yard line, I should say, by Kagan Cole. He's taken down at the 42-yard line, or knocked out of bounds, I should say, for a gain of about 7 yards. Dragons up to the line of scrimmage, trips to the left. Curtis looking to throw, send up a screen pass, complete over there to Long, and he tries to reverse his field, and he slips down for a loss of about a yard. 3rd down and 4. Coach Nick calling the play from the sideline. Trips to the left. Curtis going to throw the bubble screen. It's complete here on the near side, across the 40, across the 35. Some great downfield blocking for Pittsburg High from Landon Conrad, as Cole will take it inside the 35 and out of bounds at the 32. 1st and 10 at the Andover Central 32-yard line. Stop the clock with 50 seconds remaining. Cole stepped out of bounds. Curtis looking to throw. Stands tall in the pocket. Floats it down the far sideline looking for Harris. He's open. He drops it in over his shoulder, and he drops it. Harris, a little bit underthrown, had to adjust. And right as soon as he adjusted to catch the football, 2 defenders were there to break it up. Matt Lyman and then the safety Athamides coming over to knock it down. It falls incomplete, 43 seconds remaining. 2nd down and 10 at the Andover Central 32-yard line. Curtis takes the snap. Quick out to Harris. In and out of his hands, incomplete. It'll bring up Third down and 10.
Mitchell Allison.
Dragons break the huddle with 3 receivers right, 1 to the left on 3rd and 10. Curtis rolling out right. Gets a good block from Vaughn. Now sets his feet and throws it to the end zone. And incomplete. Intended for Landon Conrad. 4th and 10 from the 32. Let's see what Coach Nicholson. He's going to keep the offense out there and go for it with 32 seconds remaining. 38-0 Dragons. As they have shell-shocked Andover Central. As soon as they got off the bus, they were down 21-0. Jelani Long with 3 touchdowns in his first 4 carries. 4th down and long here. Curtis looking to throw, looking for Harris all the way. Floats it up down the far side. Tapped up in the air and almost caught as it falls incomplete. And Andover Central's defense gets a stop. Their offense will take over with 27 seconds remaining here in this first half. 38-0. Pittsburg High with the lead. Fort Scott leads Levette County in SEK League play 20-8. See what Andover Central does here, down 38-0 with 27 seconds remaining in the first half. Steiner looking to throw, rolling out left, now back to the right, floats it over the middle. Nice completion there to Anthemides inside Dragon territory and out of bounds at the 44-yard line. 16 seconds remaining. Now they will wind it. They thought he was out of bounds. They haven't set the chains yet. 6 seconds. Andover Central, they're going to get a playoff. They're going to burn their final timeout of the first half. 3 seconds remaining here in the first half. 38-0 Pittsburg High. We are back to Hutch Field in 30 seconds. You're listening to Dragon Football.
At Evans Motors, we have something for everyone. Looking for a truck to help get the job done? It's on our lot. Need a gas saver to get you around town? It's on our lot. In the market for something reliable for your new teen driver? It's on our lot. Is your family growing and you need a vehicle with more space? It's on our lot. Come see all the vehicles on our lot at Evans Motors at the junction of 69 and 400 Highway just south of Pittsburgh, or check out our digital dealership online at evansmotors.net.
Now back to Dragon Football.
Mike Snow back here, Hutchinson Field, 38-0 Pittsburg High. They lead Andover Central. 3 seconds remaining in the first half. Andover Central going to try the Hail Mary pass to the end zone from the Dragon 44-yard line. Pittsburg High's got umbrella coverage all the way back inside the 20-yard line. Steiner with the snap. Under some pressure. He'll throw it up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Kafka takes it. Alex Kafka, that is. He makes a pick, the 3rd interception of the half for Pittsburg High. And it has been all Dragons in this one. They head into the locker room at halftime, leading Andover Central 38-0. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. Come back with the SEK Urgent Care halftime show. After this 3-minute timeout, 38-0 Dragons. We're back after this.
Our free head exam. We're sort of famous for it. People think it's funny when we say, get your free head exam. And it does sound funny, but it's serious business because you can lose your diamond if you don't do it, if you don't get your free head exam. I'm Jill Como. Of course, the head I'm talking about is not the one attached to your neck. There are other professionals for that. I'm talking about the head of your ring, the part that holds your diamond. The head of your ring has prongs. It has welds that keep the head attached to your ring. Those parts wear out, get weak, and they break. But foolish you didn't get your free head exam at Como Jewelry, so you didn't realize that your head was falling apart. And one day, your diamond was gone, just like that. You can stop that from happening to you. Just come see us at Como Jewelry in Pittsburg and Joplin. Say you want your free head exam. You'll laugh, we'll laugh, and we'll save your diamond from falling out. You will be real happy.
This is Dr. Bennett at Performance Spine and Sport. Recover faster with Performance Spine and Sport. Performance Spine and Sport wants to improve your overall physical performance. We specialize in treating soft tissue related injuries that result from everyday work and play. This fall, we are offering a Saturday morning sports recovery clinic. This features discounted rates on our cryotherapy, Normatec recovery, with active release chiropractic soft tissue care also available. Performance Spine and Sport, inside Meadowbrook Commons at Centennial and Broadway in Pittsburgh.
Are you tired of all those confusing checking account options? The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union makes your choice simple. We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees, and if you maintain a $2,000 minimum balance, we pay you interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
In a world of prefabricated convenience, isn't it nice to know that nothing beats good old-fashioned craftsmanship? Hicus Masonry melds time-honored hardscaping skills with all-natural materials to create structures that are both stunning and sturdy. When it comes to quality stone and brickwork, don't take chances. Go right to the experts. Whether it's indoors or out, big or small, make Hicus Masonry the first choice for your next project.
It's the place where you'll build that new swing set for your little girl. It's where the entire family will gather for Thanksgiving dinner, even Uncle Bob, where hundreds of wiffle ball games will be played, where countless slumber parties are held. It's your home, where memories are made every day. To view all of the current listings, browse their website at pittrealty.net. Your new home and your new memories start at Pitt Realty.
Now back to Dragon Football.
Welcome back to the SDK Urgent Care Halftime Show. Tyler Dara in the studio, and we have a full slate of recent football scores from around the area and even some Missouri scores and a couple Oklahoma ones as well. Games that are in progress right now, Chanute and Augusta. We don't have that one at the moment, but Independence in Anderson County right now at halftime. Independence leads 26-0. These are all, by the way, by the last account that we have seen. Independence leads at halftime on top of Anderson County 26-0. Fort Scott leads Labette County 20-8 over at Fort Scott. Iola is leading Parsons 15-14 at halftime. Galena and Coffeyville also very close, 22-21 by the last count. We'll get that updated as soon as we can if that is an updated score of that. On the CNC action right now, we have Prairie View over hosting Columbus. Columbus, the undefeated CNC reigning champions, taking on Prairie View up in Lacine right now. Do not have a score of that one. Frontenac leading Southeast 56-0 at halftime, and it was 49-0 at the end of the first quarter. Frontenac leads Southeast. Well, moving down here, we have Baxter Springs taking on Riverton. Baxter Springs leads that one 35-0 at not in the halftime yet, but they're in the second quarter. Girard and Colgan. Colgan leads Girard right now 21-7. Another CNC matchup. Both the teams in that one 1-3 going in, both in their overall records and also their CNC records. In the Three Rivers League, we have Jayhawk Glen hosting Pleasant Ridge. Do not have a score update on that one. Oswego on top of Northeast at halftime 12-0. Olpe on top of Uniontown 34-0. That one not at halftime yet, but in the second quarter. St. Mary's hosting Yates Center. Do not have a score of that one. Altoona Midway hosting Crest. Still looking for their first win since 2011 is Altoona Midway, and we do not have a score update for that one either. Marmaton Valley and Sedan. Sedan undefeated going into the contest right now. They are leading at halftime 20-8 at halftime. So Chatopa taking on Mary to Zane Valley. That one we do not have a score of that one either. But St. Paul and Madison Hamilton do not have a score of that one either. Tri-Valley scores, we have Fredonia on top of Blue Stem in the second quarter, 12-0. Caney Valley on top of Erie, 21-0 in the second quarter as well. Humboldt hosting Eureka, still looking for a score of that one. Cherryvale and Neodesha, and Neodesha is on top 6-0 in the second quarter. Moving down to COC action, we have Joplin and Lebanon. That one was tied by the last count, 21-21. At halftime, it's also tied. Republic and Branson tied at 14 apiece. Willard on top of Carl Junction right now, 14-0. That's an interesting score. Be sure to listen to that one over on WMBH Joplin 1560 AM as well as 101.3 FM. Once again, Willard on top of Carl Junction 14-0. Neosho waxing Logan Rogersville right now 32-0 in the second quarter. Carthage leading Nixa at half 12-0. And Ozark on top of Webb City 10-6. So some crazy things happening there in the COC. Once again, Willard on top of Carl Junction 14-0. Ozark on top of Webb City 10-6 at halftime. In the Big 8, we have Aurora and Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon on top 25-14 in the second quarter. At halftime, El Dorado Springs leads East Newton 22-16. Monette, McDonald County do not have a score of that one at the moment. Or, excuse me, by last count, that was 21-0 Monette. Cassville and Seneca. Cassville leads at half 21-14. And then tomorrow, the big one in Missouri high school football, it is Lamar taking on Valley Catholic. Be sure to tune into that one tomorrow afternoon over on My Country 101.7. That's going to be the five-time defending Class 2 champions, the Lamar Tigers, taking on the five-time Class 1 champions in Valley Catholic. So 10 combined state titles in Class 2 and 1 in that game in the last 10 years. That game tomorrow over on My Country 101.7. That game obviously taking place down there right south of St. Louis at St. Genevieve, right there on the Mississippi River. Miller on top of Diamond on top of Miller 34-8 over at Miller. Jasper Liberal looking for that score also. Lockwood and Sarcoxy. Lockwood on top 14-10 at halftime. Other leagues we have Nevada taking on DeSoto out of Kansas. DeSoto leads at half 14-0. Wagoner leads Miami in the second quarter 34-0. Let's see. Wyandotte on top of Nowata 12-0. And then Rejoice Christian on top of Quapaw 28-8 there in the second quarter. Be sure to keep it right here on the football station. The sports headquarters 100.7. Tomorrow we will have a lot of college games. Some of the headliners tomorrow, not all of these will be on ESPN radio here 100.7, but some of the headliners, we had Tennessee, Georgia, big SEC game there. Wisconsin, Michigan, a lot of people looking at that one to be a good one. In Big 12 action, we have Oklahoma and TCU, and then Clemson, Louisville, the biggest game of the weekend in college football right here on the sports headquarters 100.7. And then don't forget, Sunday we have a quadruple header of NFL football. Yes, that's right, a quadruple header, as the first game will start bright and early, 8 in the morning. We'll have the London game right here on the sports headquarters 100.7, and we will have 3 games after that one. So once again, a quadruple header right here on the sports headquarters 100.7. We'll take another 3-minute break. When we come back, we'll have Mike Snow live at Hutch Field. This is the SEK Urgent Care Halftime Show. You're listening to Pittsburgh Purple Dragon Football.
CDL offers a comprehensive, proactive maintenance program to keep your business electrical systems running efficiently. Without inspection and proper care, it could be just a matter of time before your operation is damaged and your customers are impacted. You can trust CDL Electric to solve your problems before they happen and supply the parts you need to keep your electrical system in excellent condition. Don't wait until you have to call an electrician. Call the professionals at CDL today. Find them fast at names and numbers.
Jim Riddell Construction has been dedicated to providing quick and efficient construction services to the Midwest since 1968. Operating primarily in Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma, Jim Riddell Construction specializes in fiber optics and trenchless technologies, such as inside and outside splicing, pipe bursting, horizontal directional drilling, and large diameter pipelines. Jim Riddell Construction, proud supporter of area athletics.
The human eye blinks about 17,000 times a day, but here's a real eye-opener. Dry eyes can cause irritation, red eyes, and blurred vision. Don't assume your blurry vision means you need new glasses or contacts. The doctors at Canar Eye Care are experienced in diagnosing and treating dry eyes with the newest treatments available. So schedule your eye exam in Pittsburgh or Girard with Canar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
At Commerce Bank, we offer auto loans that fit your world.
In my world, I need a different car, so I need an auto loan now. The next car I buy will be red, fast, sporty, and we probably want 3 rows so the kids can really spread out.
Whether you're buying new or used or refinancing your current car, Commerce Bank can help. We'll get you a competitive auto loan that fits your budget and flexible payment options that make sense for you. We can even pre-approve a loan so you can start looking for that car that fits your family. We make it easy. So apply today at a branch, over the phone, or online at commercebank.com.
Easy? That's great.
Easy. That's Commerce Bank.
Facing criminal charges may be the most frightening challenge of your life. The loss of freedom, your job, your license, are prospects you don't want to take lightly. Don't face these challenges alone. Calling the law office of Edward J. Battatory is your first step to taking control of your situation. Put their reputation for success in the courtroom on your side. Call the law office of Edward J. Battatory today, 620-230-0333, and take back control of your life.
If you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at LaneLordBballCamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit LaneLordBballCamps.com.
Now back to Dragon football.
What do you know about Crestwood Country Club? Did you know that all new members will receive 3 $20 food certificates for use upon sign-up? How about the fact that it typically takes less than 4 hours to complete a round of 18? Crestwood also offers plenty of space for private functions such as birthdays, weddings, reunions, or any other special events. The 2016 membership drive is in full swing. For more information, contact General Manager Todd Casey at 231-6530. A golf heaven at a value price. Crestwood Country Club.
Now back to Dragon football.
Mike Snow back here in Hutchison Field, 38-0, Pittsburgh High. And running Andover Central out of the building here early on. You know, Pittsburgh High, as we talked in the pregame, coming in 2-2, losses at Harrisonville into Webb City, and wins over Chanute and Fort Scott. And then you look over at Andover Central. Well, they're the defending runner-up in 4A1, lost to Bishop Miege in the state championship game last year, and they come in 0-4. You know, they lost a blowout win to Andale, one of the top teams in 4A1 this year, back in week 1, and Andale has really been running over everybody in 4A1, 4A2, pretty much everybody that they've played up to this point in the season. Andale's blown them out. So you kind of write that off. You got Andover Central with, you know, coming off of a year when kind of caught lightning in a bottle and made a nice run to the championship game. And so, you know, ran into a buzzsaw, as we said, but they battled back and, you know, really impressed with the way they played in weeks 2, 3, and 4 to go 0-4. They lost 27-20 to Buhler in week 2. Abilene got them 25-7, and then their rivalry game with Andover last week, just 23-6. So you're thinking, you know, this team's going to hang around, have an opportunity to come down here in Hutch Field and play with the Purple Dragons and keep it interesting for a while. But Pittsburgh High had different thoughts and wanted to get this night over. After the opening kickoff, Andover Central won the toss, deferred to the second half. The Dragons' first play, 67-yard touchdown by Jelani Long. a 3-and-out on 4th and inches. They punted away. A 52-yard pass play from Curtis to Van Winkelpleck all the way down to the 15-yard line, and a handoff to Jelani Long, a 13-yard touchdown. So, less than 2 minutes into the ball game, it's 14-0 Dragons. Another 3-and-out and a punt block by Pittsburg High. Kent blocked it. Woods recovered it, and the Dragons actually had to sustain a drive that time. 28 yards, took 4 plays, and another Jelani Long touchdown. This one of 3 yards. It's 21-0 Dragons. First play on the ensuing possession, an interception. Pittsburg High got it at their own 47-yard line. Took them 6 plays to get into field goal range. The 27-yarder by Nathan Neef was good with 1:51 remaining in the first quarter. It was 24-0. Another 3-and-out from Andover Central. And Pittsburg High had a 3-and-out, had to punt it away. And then a pick 6 by Chase Johnson, about a 40-yarder down the sideline to make it 31-0. Another 3-and-out from Andover Central. Pittsburg High, a 42-yard touchdown pass on one of the best plays you'll see this year from Chase Curtis to Elijah Harris, who made 3 defenders miss. And I don't know how he got out of a tackle. He was trapped at the 25-yard line, kind of sidestepped and hopped over a defender, got down the sideline, slipped another tackle at the 7, dove into the end zone, and that brought us to our halftime score of 38-0 Pittsburg High. A first half recap brought to you by Monica Kellogg CPA, personal and small business tax prep, along with a variety of other accounting practices, are all available at Monica Kellogg CPA. Give her a call, 235-0920, to set your appointment. That's 235-0920 for Monica Kellogg CPA. And, of course, you've been listening to live scores from our ESPN 100.7, the Sports Headquarters Studios with Tyler Dara. This has been part of the SEK Urgent Care Halftime Show, located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway. SEK Urgent Care is dedicated to providing excellent medical care in a rapid, caring, and courteous manner to walk-in patients 7 days a week, including evenings. Ran into Doc Cousins down on the Pittsburg High sideline a little bit earlier. Doc's sporting his skinny jeans here, looking after the Dragons on the sidelines. Second half kickoff. The Dragons will tee it up, kick it off to Andover Central. It's brought to you by Crestwood Country Club. Crestwood Country Club offers the area's best entertainment value. The weather is cooling off, making it a perfect time to hit the links. For membership information, contact General Manager and Club Pro Todd Casey. So 38-0 Pittsburg High. And they will kick it off from left to right on your radio dial. And for those of you that are watching online, ESPN 1007.com. We are ready for second half action here. Anthemidas and Lyman back deep. For Andover Central. Neef will tee it up, kick it off from left to right. High end over and kick. Taken on the far side by Anthemidians. Stutter step at the 15 and stacked up by a host of Dragon defenders. And whistle is forward progress. Stopped right at the 20-yard line. And that's where Andover Central will take over down 38-0. Well, the Jaguars will take over, start the third quarter, trailing Pittsburg High 38-0. On the tailback in the I formation, Steiner under center. Gonna run the toss sweep to the left to Rod, trying to cut it up. Johnson was there, and then he's finished off by Kafka after about a 2-yard gain on 1st and 10 from the 20.
Number 3, Dante Rod for the Jaguars.
Call it 2nd down and 7 after a 3-yard gain. Steiner will complete the pass on the far sideline in the flat across the 35. Jarek Butcher finally wraps up the receiver and brings him down at the 43-yard line. That's Matt Lyman. And a big block out there on the edge by Andover Central that'll bring him out all the way to the 44-yard line. Gain of 22. First and 10 Jaguars at their own 44-yard line, on the move here to open up the second half, trailing 38-0. Trap play inside to the big fullback, and he will rumble in the pile near midfield. In fact, they're going to mark him right at midfield after a 6-yard gain. Tulor Friesen on the carry, his first carry of the night, picks up 6. Second down and 4 right at midfield for Andover Central. They're on the move here to open up this second half. A couple of receivers to each side of the formation. Counterplay to Rod over the left side. Slips the tackle, has first down yardage as he's taken down on an ankle tackle by Trevor Kent at the 45-yard line after a 5-yard gain. Andover Central coming out of the locker room, a little fire in their belly. They have almost doubled their offense here on this opening possession of the ballgame. 2 receivers left. Tied in to the right. Handoff left side. Rod again. Jarek Butcher, one of the first Dragon defenders there to hit him and meet him. Not before he picks up close to a 4-yard gain on first and 10. Rod, the running back, who's had a great start to this third quarter, is shaken up. He's down on a knee at the Dragon 47-yard line. We will step aside for an injury timeout. 38-0 Pittsburg High. We are back in 1 minute. You're listening to Dragon Football.
Why should you choose Pittsburg State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
Incredible athletics. The amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
Call Arrowhead Outdoor at 620-308-6667.
Now back to Dragon Football.
Ron is helped off the field for Andover Central. Resume action here. 2nd and 7 at the Dragon 42-yard line. Steiner, long snap count. Gonna run the stretch play. The new tailback into the ballgame fumbles the football and loses it in the pile. It pinballs off of a Dragon defender and right back into his hands, and he falls on it. Mitchell Allison fumbled it and recovered his own fumble. No gain, and he will have to play another play here for the new tailback. Steiner, 3rd down and 7 from the Dragon 42-yard line. Under center, under some pressure. Kent got him and shoves him down to the ground on a quarterback snack and grabbed him by the jersey, then just pushed him. Then a flag came in late, and it's actually going to be holding as Trevor Kent was held in the backfield while he was making the quarterback sack. That's the Northwestern signee. Big athletic kid tosses Steiner for a loss of 7 yards while he was being held. He looked like a senior in high school playing against a bunch of 6th graders there as he shook off 2 blockers, was being held, ripped the quarterback down. for a sack, and 4th down and long, 4th and 12, and they are going to go for it. It's Andover Central. Steiner looking to throw, standing tall in the pocket. Now flushed out, rolling out to his right, and he's going to be sacked back inside the 40 at the 38 by Trevor Kent. Back-to-back sacks for the senior defensive end, and the Pittsburgh Purple Dragon offense will take over 1st and 10 at the Andover Central 38-yard line. So a drive that looked promising.
38-yard line.
We got it all the way down to the Pittsburgh High 43-yard line, and then back-to-back sacks by Trevor Kent. Put them all the way back into Jaguar territory at the 38-yard line. Curtis under center, backs in the I formation. A toss sweep around the right side. Long cuts it up inside the 35, inside the 30. Still on his feet as a flag comes in inside the 20. Spins out of a tackle at the 15 and finally brought to the ground at the 12-yard line. I believe there was a flag. No, no flags as they mark him down at the 12 as Noah Vaughn was shaken up on the play. First and 10, Pittsburgh High. After the 26-yard gain there by Jelani Long. The Dragons knocking on the door. 7:55 and counting here, third quarter, leading 38-0. Split out trips to the left. And the shotgun handed off to Long over the right side, inside the 5, and he walks into the end zone. Jelani Long with his 4th rushing touchdown. And the Dragons lead now 44-0 over Andover Central. The Dragons are making a statement here. I know Pittsburgh High's a 5A playing a 4A Division I, but really not much difference in these school sizes. And this is a team that was the runner-up in 4A1 last year, and Pittsburgh High just running them out of the building here. Now 44-0 as Neef in for another extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. Neef is perfect on the night. 7:43 to play, third quarter. It's all Dragons, 45-0. We are back in 1 minute.
The Campus Bookstore, located inside the University Plaza, has always been the most affordable place to buy new and used textbooks for your college classes. And there is no doubt they offer the best price when buying them back. But did you know that now at the Campus Bookstore, you can save even more money? They will rent you the books you need for your classes. Don't stress about the buying and selling process. Rent your textbooks from the Campus Bookstore. And don't forget their game day gear by Nike. The Campus Bookstore.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins. Established in 2005, SEK Urgent Care has been providing quality health care to Pittsburgh and surrounding communities. We are here for your medical needs, from sneezes to stitches and everything in between. SEK Urgent Care, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome, and most insurance is accepted, including Blue Cross. SEK Urgent Care, where your time and family matter.
Give them a call, 231-8003, and find them fast in names and numbers.
Now back to Dragon football.
45-0 Pittsburgh High. 7:43 remaining in the third quarter. Nathan Neef teeing it up at his own 40, set to kick it from left to right. Neef will boot it from left to right. Deep kick. Backs Anthemides back to his 2-yard line. Angles to the left, outside the numbers at the 15, and he is brought down by a group of Pittsburgh High Purple Dragons on the kick covers. Their special teams have been outstanding here tonight. First Dragon there to hit him was Dylan Jordan. Jordan wrapped him up and took him down inside the 20 at the 17-yard line, and that's where Andover Central will take over, trailing here 45-0.
7-0, 9-3. 7-6, 7-0, 9-3. First loss.
So Steiner in at quarterback, going to line up in the shotgun, split out 2 receivers to the right, tied in to the left. They weren't even set, no flag on the plays. He's rolling out right under pressure, going to throw it deep. Got a man running free on the far side. It's complete at the 40. And he stepped out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Bell with the catch all the way down to the 41-yard line. Gain of 42 yards from Steiner to Bell. And for the second straight drive, Andover Central on the move here. Steiner will hand it off over the right side inside the 40 down to the 36-yard line. The new tailback into the ballgame who replaced Rod, who was shaken up. That was Mitchell Allison, his second carry. Picks up about 5 yards. Hangs on to the football on that carry. The clock ticks under 7 minutes remaining. Third quarter, 45-0 Pittsburg high. Sure to stay tuned following the game. We'll hear from Coach Nicholson on our Performance Spine and Sport postgame show. Allison again over the left guard. Runs forward to about the 45-yard line, or 32-yard line, excuse me. And he's close to another first down. They're going to mark him just short. Brings up 3rd and short for the Jaguars. Allison 2 carries. Missed possession for 8 yards. Brings up 3rd and 2 from the Dragon 32-yard line. Coach Nicholson starting to get some subs into the ballgame. Peyton Steele in for Trevor Kent. Steiner looking to throw under pressure. 3 Dragons in pursuit. 2 of them run into each other. Now he's going to tuck it and get what he can. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds for the sack at the 36-yard line. He's going to lose 4. Turns a 3rd and 1 into a 4th and 5. And he had to make a couple of guys miss just to lose 5 yards on that play. And Coach Odley's going to go for it. What else do you do? Trailing 45-0 with 6:13 remaining third quarter. Steiner looking to throw. Flush down immediately, rolls out to the right. Makes a couple of men miss, but he's going to be stacked up about 2.5 yards short of the first down. Pittsburg High's defense gets another stop. Their offense will take over at their own 34-yard line, make it the 33-yard line. 6:05 remaining third quarter, leading 45-0.
After the play, the Purple Dragons will take over on down. At the ball, 1st and 10. Ball spotted on their own 33-yard line.
Coach Nicholson will call timeout, trying to get some subs in the ballgame. Little confusion in the backfield, so we'll take it with them. 6:05 to play third quarter. It's all Dragons. We're back to Hutch Field in 1 minute.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburg and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale-Hubbell independent rating system. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them fast in names and numbers. Be sure to get reliable information when you choose an attorney to represent you.
Now back to Dragon football.
Tyrell Arkin at quarterback. He'll hand it off to Corbin Jefferson, who picks up about 1.5 yards on his first carry here in the second half. 5:45 remaining third quarter. 45-0 Dragons. 2nd down and 8 coming up just inside their own 45-yard line. Roark in the shotgun, sends a man in motion. Going to hand it off on a jet sweep, and they're going to blow it dead. Zach Sutton, sophomore, on the handoff, but they're going to blow it dead before he can get it started. Some movement up front on Pittsburg High. So next week, a big game that we'll have for you right here on ESPN 100.7. The Purple Dragons on the road at Carl Junction. Bulldogs coming in. 4-2. Have a big game tonight at Willard. Should win that one, and they'll be 5-2, and they'll set up a big matchup between the Dragons and Bulldogs next week. Going to fake it to Sutton this time. Roark going to try to run it off the left tackle, and he is swallowed up for a loss of a couple. Good penetration up front by the big D tackle, Xavier Crum, 241-pound senior. His first tackle for a loss, and it'll put the Dragons back up offense here in 3rd down and long, 3rd and 15 from their own 23-yard line as the clock rolls under 4:40 remaining, 3rd quarter. We'll have the Performance Spine and Sport post-game show. We'll hear from Coach Nicholson. Then we will kick it off back to the studio for the Campus Bookstore Scoreboard Show. Roark looking to throw, floats it down the far side. Good coverage over there on the far side, and that pass intended for Dylan Jordan. Coverage by Archimedes, and it'll bring up 4th and long, and Pittsburg High will punt it away. .4:24 remaining, 3rd quarter. Dragons led 38-0 at half. They had ran 7 offensive plays and led 24-0. Now they've got some starters who thought their night was over. Check it out, and Coach Nicholson's going to have to burn another timeout. We will take it with him. 4:24 to play, 3rd quarter. We are back to Hutchfield in 1 minute. You're listening to coverage of Purple Dragon football right here on ESPN 100.7.
Every 4 years, the fastest and strongest among us come together in one place to determine the best in the world. Frank Fletcher Toyota invites you to run through the tape.
31 million people have made the Toyota Corolla the best-selling car in the world. Drive away a brand new Corolla for as little as $16,997 or get 0% financing for 72 months.
And every Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 24-month complimentary maintenance plan. The best deals on the best cars in America.
Only at Frank Fletcher Toyota, Joplin.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program, and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Hi, I'm Phil Gammon. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburg State University. Pittsburg State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable, it earned Pittsburg State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's Collegiate Best Bang for Your Buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburg State and see why there's nothing like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/BA Gorilla.
Now back to Dragon football.
After the Dragons punt it away, Andover Central will take over at their own 24-yard line, trailing 45-0. Hand it to Allison. They'll pick up about 5 yards on 1st down. Pittsburg High getting a lot of reserves. And on the defense now. Peyton Steele in at defensive end. Dalton Gromer, the junior, in at defensive tackle. Zach Thomas into the ball game as well. Steiner, play fake, rolling out right, looking to throw. Johnson has a hold of his jersey, and he'll throw it up for grabs. Nice catch. No, they're going to call it incomplete. Tom Bell made a diving catch there on the far side, and we're going to have a penalty in the area of holding. Holding on Andover Central, going to back them up 10. Put them behind the chains again, all the way back inside their own 15 at their 13. Second down and 21 for the Jaguars. 3:35 remaining here in the third quarter. Steiner in the shotgun. Takes the snap. We'll run the bubble screen to the far side. Spins out of a tackle across the 15 and down at the 18-yard line is Lyman.
Number 10, Matt Lyman on the carry.
He'll pick up about 5. He'll bring up 3rd and 16.
On the tackle, number 10, Chase Johnson for the Dragons. Laid over at the 3rd down and 16.
3rd and 16 for the Jaguars at their own 18. Clock rolls under 3 minutes remaining, third quarter. Steiner looking to throw. Throws it up for grabs. Got a man running free in midfield. It's complete inside the 45, inside the 35, and finally taken down at the 33-yard line on a touchdown-saving tackle here on the near side by Austin Macias.
Jaguars will have the ball 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the purple Dragon.
1st and 10, Jaguars at the Dragon 33-yard line. 2:53 remaining, third quarter. 21-14, Columbus leads Prairie View. And Colgan up 28-7 over Girard. Handoff up the middle to Allison inside the 35. Hit hard and taken down at the 28-yard line by Ty Cicero. Good run by Allison of about 6. 2nd down and 4. Clock rolls 2:25 remaining. Third quarter. Steiner. Hand it off. Same play to Allison. He's hit by Gromer at the 25. Stood up and pushed back after about a 2-yard gain. 3rd down and about a yard and a half coming up here for Pittsburg High, or for Andover Central, excuse me, at the Pittsburg High 25. Roll under 2 minutes remaining.
On the tackle, number 58, Dalton Romer.
Shotgun formation again, couple of tight ends, 2 receivers split out to the right. Steiner looking to the right, sets his feet, throws it over the middle. Nice catch made at the 18-yard line by Lyman. He'll have enough for a 1st down. That'll move the chains.
Has the ball 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the purple Dragon 18-yard line.
1st and 10 at the Pittsburg High 18, 98 seconds remaining, third quarter. Steiner trying to punch it in here for the Jaguars, looking to throw. Floats it in the near corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Good coverage on the near side by Nick Sandberg. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Jaguars. Again, check out our website, ESPN1007.com. We'll have Coach's Corner podcasts from the first 5 weeks of Coach's Corner. Click on the Coach's Corner tab. You can also stream Pittsburg High, Frontenac, and Colgan games on our website, ESPN1007. As Allison will get it, stumble across the 15 and taken down at the 12-yard line. Chase Johnson on the tackle. We'll bring up 3rd down and about 3.5 for the Jaguars inside the Pittsburg High 15-yard line. Be sure to check out our website tomorrow. We'll have live high school football, 1 o'clock kickoff, as Lamar, the 5-time defending Class 2 champ, will play Valley Catholic, the 5-time defending Class 1 champ. Live from St. Genevieve on our radio station. Website ESPN1007, as Allison will take it inside the 10, picks up 7 yards down to the 5. It'll be 1st and goal. Jaguars at the Dragon 5-yard line with 50 seconds remaining.
picking up for a first down. That is ball first and goal to go. The ball on the Purple Dragon 5-yard line.
First and goal at the Dragon 5-yard line for Andover Central. Receiver to each side of the formation, backs in the eye. Counter play, handoff to Allison. Stacked up right at the line of scrimmage and moves the pile forward for maybe a yard. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. See if Steiner's going to rush him up to the line of scrimmage. They're still in the huddle with 5 on the game clock. They're not going to get it off. They're just going to let it roll to the fourth quarter. End of 3, it's all Purple Dragons. They lead Andover Central here 45-0. We're back in 1 minute with your fourth quarter. You're listening to Dragon Football.
Finding a lawyer means choosing someone with experience, confidence, and a good track record. Every legal situation is unique, and you need someone who will give you the level of comfort that he or she will treat your legal problem like it is their own. J. Gordon Gregory of the law firm of Wilbert & Towner is ready to provide you with that type of specialized assistance. With over 30 years of experience in Southeast Kansas, Gordy is ready to give you the personalized legal service your problem needs and deserves. Call J. Gordon Gregory of Wilbert & Towner today at 620-231-5620 or contact him online at wilburtontowner.com.
See their ad, names, and numbers.
Watco Companies has been a member of the Pittsburgh community since 1983. Now a national freight transportation provider, Watco serves customers in 26 states by offering transportation, mechanical, and transload services. Whether transporting potatoes from Idaho, replacing rail cars in Iowa, or transloading rock in Alabama, Watco will never forget their roots because there's no place like home. Watco supports Pittsburgh community athletics and wishes all area teams the best of luck.
Now back to Dragon Football.
$45-0. Pittsburgh High leads Andover Central as we head to the fourth quarter here at Hutchison Field.
We begin our fourth quarter in this evening's contest. Andover Central will have the ball. Second goal to go with the ball on the Purple Dragon 4-yard line.
Second and goal for Andover Central at the Dragon 4-yard line. Steiner turns and hands it off to Allison over the left tackle. He's stacked up, maybe gets to the 3. Gains about a yard. Third and goal coming up.
The play does bring up a third down and goal to go. Ball on the Dragon 3-yard line.
Third and 3. In the eye, Steiner rolling out, looking to throw under pressure, eludes the rush, floats it up in the end zone, and good coverage right at the goal line. Pass is broken up.
Broken up by number 16, Landon Conrad.
Landon Conrad makes the play. Couldn't tell if that was 4 or 16. They were both in the vicinity. And it'll bring up 4th and 3. And Andover Central will call timeout before this 4th and goal situation coming up. 10:55 remaining, fourth quarter. It's all Pittsburgh High. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Purple Dragon Football on ESPN 100.6.
The mark of a great body shop is no mark at all. Whether your vehicle has minor door dings, scratches, been in a fender bender, or just needs a complete makeover, the Eddy Auto Body in Pittsburgh will make it look as good as new. The Eddy Auto Body on East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find us fast in names and numbers.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union with locations in Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville. Serving area residents since 1949.
The mark of a great body shop is no mark at all. Whether your vehicle has minor door dings, scratches, been in a fender bender, or just needs a complete makeover, the Eddy Auto Body in Pittsburgh will make it look as good as new. The Eddy Auto Body on East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Reiner rolling out to throw on 4th and 3, and he's going to be sacked all the way back at the 19-yard line, going to lose 16 yards. Peyton Steele, the backup defensive end, the sophomore, will sack him, and that's the second consecutive time that Andover Central's gone for it on 4th down, and it's resulted in a major loss and a sack, and the Dragons will take over with a running clock here at 10:22 remaining, leading 45-0 over Andover Central.
After the play, Pittsburgh will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Going to run it up the middle with Roark. Fumbled the snap, picked it up, tried to run it around the left side. Picks up a couple to about the 21. Clock continues to roll. Silver Lake leads Rossville 36-28 in the war on 24 with 10 minutes to play. Rossville on a 33-game winning streak since they lost in November of 2013 to Silver Lake in the playoffs. Backs in the eye. Pittsburgh High going to run the counter play. A little confusion there in the backfield. And Corbin was stood up and moves the pile for about 2. Corbin Jefferson on the carry. 9:15 remaining. We are in turbo clock here in this 4th quarter.
3rd down and 5.
Dragons break the huddle. Receiver to each side. Backs in the eye. We're going to have
And a flag on the play.
Pittsburgh High is going to line up off sides. And that'll back them up. Make it 3rd and 11. Dylan Jordan, the sophomore, will run in the play from the sideline. Pittsburgh High up to the line of scrimmage, sends a man in motion. Roark looking to throw, the tight end wide open, room to run across midfield. It's a foot race, they're not going to get him. Ty Cicero, 80-yard touchdown from Ty Roark. It's 51-0 Pittsburgh High on an 80-yard touchdown pass from Roark to Cicero. And it is all Pittsburgh High. Neef in for another extra point. He'll line up for the extra point. 7:35 and counting here, 4th quarter. 52-0 Dragons. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it is right down the middle. 52-0 Pittsburgh High leads Andover Central. We're back to Hutchfield in 1 minute.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Jim Riddell Construction has been dedicated to providing quick and efficient construction services to the Midwest since 1968. Operating primarily in Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma, Jim Riddell Construction specializes in fiber optics and trenchless technologies, such as inside and outside splicing, pipe bursting, horizontal directional drilling, and large diameter pipelines. Jim Riddell Construction, proud supporter of area athletics.
Now back to Dragon football.
Ty Roark to Ty Cicero. Neef added the extra point and 6 minutes remaining in a running clock. 52-0 Dragons. What a win. High end over end kick. Taken at the 10 and upended across the 20 and brought down at the 26-yard line. Purple Dragons shaking up here on the near side. 5:40 to play, fourth quarter. It's all Dragons.
Now an official timeout on the field.
We got a score update. Wilmette County 29, Fort Scott 28. Fort Scott has led the entire game. And now Wilmette County late third quarter takes the lead. Cherryville leads Neodesha in a big rivalry game, 7-6 in the fourth quarter. Got an injury timeout. I thought they were going to get him up and get him off the field. We'll step aside here for 30 seconds. 52-0 Dragons, 5:40 to play fourth quarter. We're back in 30.
This is Dr. Bennett at Performance Spine and Sport. Recover faster with Performance Spine and Sport. Performance Spine and Sport wants to improve your overall physical performance. We specialize in treating soft tissue related injuries that result from everyday work and play. This fall, we are offering a Saturday morning sports recovery clinic. This features discounted rates on our cryotherapy, Normatec recovery, with active release chiropractic soft tissue care also available. Performance Spine and Sport inside Meadowbrook Commons at Centennial and Broadway in Pittsburgh.
Now back to Dragon football.
Snyder's going to hand it off to Allison on a counter play. Across the 35, spins out of a tackle and fumbles the football again. It's still loose. Dragons recover it right on the near sideline before it goes out of bounds. Still no official signal. It's going to be Purple Dragon football at the Andover Central 43-yard line as the clock ticks under 5 minutes to play. We'll have our Performance Spine and Sport post-game show. We'll hand out the player of the game. I already could tell you. In fact, we'll do that after this play. I already know who it's going to be. Jelani Long, 4 touchdowns. Our Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union player of the game. First 2 times he touched it, he scored. 4 carries, 3 touchdowns for 93 yards early in this ball game. Added 1 here in the second half, and it has been all Purple Dragons. Arkson's man in motion, handoff over the right side. Brett Freeman, the new tailback, he's stacked up, loses a couple of yards. Many of the fans here at Hutchfield heading to the exits. Our next Dragon broadcast will be at Carl Junction next Friday night. Big game for the Dragons. First time Pittsburg High has faced Carl and Coach Doug Buckmaster. So we've handed out our KTCCU player of the game, Jelani Long. We will hear from Coach Nicholson on our Performance Spine and Sport postgame show. Some movement up front. I'll back them up 5 yards. The clock rolls under 3.5 minutes remaining. Hand off to the right side to Freeman. Trying to turn the corner. Spins out of a tackle and taken down at the 45-yard line.
Number 2, Brett Freeman on the carry.
Humboldt over Eureka, 73-6. That game has gone final. We'll hear all these finals and many more coming up on our Campus Bookstore scoreboard show immediately following the Performance Spine and Sport postgame show. I was talking to Coach Nicholson before the game on the sideline, and he said, these guys are 0-4. We need a quick start. Can't let them hang around and feel good about themselves. And I would say a 67-yard touchdown on the first play of the game. Pretty quick start. 3 and out, 2 plays and a touchdown. Another player shaken up over on the far sideline for Andover Central. Get up, and it's Gavin Kusick, who's made some plays in the defensive backfield. And I tell you, Andover Central pretty beat up coming in, and they lost their starting tailback, Dante Rod, earlier in the ball game. Now a receiver and a D-back, Kusick, out of the ball game now as we roll the clock. 2:50 to play. 52-0 Pittsburg High. The Dragons line up off sides again. Going to back them up. 5 yards. .220 and counting. Very impressive win. It appears that the Dragons are turning things on. Outscored Fort Scott 21-0 in the second half last week and picked up right where they left off in that second half here early on in this one. The fullback Keith Waltrip takes it inside the 40 down to the 36 as we roll under 1:50 remaining.
The play does bring up a 4th down and 3 for the Dragons.
So 4th and 3 for Pittsburg High. It's Chase Curtis back into the ball game, and he's going to punt it away.
Number 18, Chase Curtis. Back to receive, number 22, Isaac Antonita.
Low snap. Curtis gets it away. End over end kick. Going to bounce to the goal line and tumble into the end zone. That's where Andover Central will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. As the clock rolling under 1:15 remaining.
Have a timeout, Andover Central.
Andover Central will burn a timeout with 1:10 remaining in the 4th quarter. Trailing 52-0. We'll take it with them back in 1 minute. You're listening to Dragon Football.
Our free head exam. We're sort of famous for it. People think it's funny when we say, get your free head exam. And it does sound funny, but it's serious business because you can lose your diamond if you don't do it, if you don't get your free head exam. I'm Jill Como. Of course, the head I'm talking about is not the one attached to your neck. There are other professionals for that. I'm talking about the head of your ring, the part that holds your diamond. The head of your ring has prongs. It has welds that keep the head attached to your ring. Those parts wear out, get weak, and they break. But foolish you didn't get your free head exam at Como Jewelry. So you didn't realize that your head was falling apart. And one day, your diamond was gone, just like that. You can stop that from happening to you. Just come see us at Como Jewelry in Pittsburg and Joplin. Say you want your free head exam. You'll laugh, we'll laugh, and we'll save your diamond from falling out. You will be really happy.
Now back to Dragon Football.
Mike Snowback here. Under 50 seconds and counting. Pittsburg High leads 52-0 in a running clock. Reagan Jones, the new quarterback in. He's going to hand it off straight ahead to the fullback room to run across the 40 and taken down at the 46 by Chase Johnson. That was Caden Andrews. Running clock now under 25 seconds. Probably one more play will do it here. The Dragons 3-2 now in the year. Andover Central will drop to 0-5. Jones looking to throw. Throws it deep, incomplete, and that'll do it. We have gone final here at Hutchison Field in Pittsburg. Pittsburg High 52, Andover Central, nothing. Dragons improved to 3-2 now, and we'll set up a big matchup with Carl Junction coming up next week. You can hear it right here on ESPN 100.7. Also listen on the KSHQ app and watch it on ESPN 100 or 1007.com. We handed out our KTCCU player of the game, Jelani Long, 4 rushing touchdowns for the running back. And we'll kick off our Performance Spine and Sport post-game show on the other side of this 3-minute timeout. It was all Dragons tonight. They won 52-0 over Andover Central. We're back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Purple Dragon Football.
Every 4 years, the fastest and strongest among us come together in one place to determine the best in the world. Frank Fletcher Toyota invites you to run through the tape.
31 million people have made the Toyota Corolla the best-selling car in the world. Drive away a brand new Corolla for as little as $16,997 or get 0% financing for 72 months.
And every Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 24-month complimentary maintenance plan. The best deals on the best cars in America.
Only at Frank Fletcher Toyota, Joplin.
Why should you choose Pittsburg State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
Incredible athletics. The amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
CDL offers a comprehensive, proactive maintenance program to keep your business electrical systems running efficiently. Without inspection and proper care, it could be just a matter of time before your operation is damaged and your customers are impacted. You can trust CDL Electric to solve your problems before they happen and supply the parts you need to keep your electrical system in excellent condition. Don't wait until you have to call an electrician. Call the professionals at CDL today. Find them fast at names and numbers.
At Evans Motors, we have something for everyone. Looking for a truck to help get the job done? It's on our lot. Need a gas saver to get you around town? It's on our lot. In the market for something reliable for your new teen driver? It's on our lot. Is your family growing and you need a vehicle with more space? It's on our lot. Come see all the vehicles on our lot at Evans Motors at the junction of 69 and 400 Highway just south of Pittsburgh, or check out our digital dealership online at evansmotors.net.
At Commerce Bank, we offer auto loans that fit your world. In my world, I need a different car, so I need an auto loan now. The next car I buy will be red, fast, sporty, and we probably want 3 rows so the kids can really spread out. Whether you're buying new or used or refinancing your current car, Commerce Bank can help. We'll get you a competitive auto loan that fits your budget and flexible payment options that make sense for you. We can even pre-approve a loan so you can start looking for that car that fits your family. We make it easy, so apply today at a branch, over the phone, or online at commercebank.com. Easy? That's great. Easy. That's Commerce Bank.
Now back to Dragon football.
Mike Snow back here at Hutchison Field, 52-0 Pittsburgh High over Andover Central. Andover Central 0-5. The Dragons above the Mendoza line at 3-2, heading into Carl Junction next week. It's time for the Performance Spine and Sport post-game show. Recover faster with Performance Spine and Sport, specializing in treating soft tissue-related injuries that result from everyday work and play. Performance Spine and Sport inside the Meadowbrook Commons at Centennial and Broadway. We handed out our KTCCU player of the game. That was handed out to Jelani Long, the tailback, with 4 rushing touchdowns. And our collision of the game brought to you by Vietti Auto Body and Alignment. When you find yourself involved in a collision on the streets, choose Vietti Auto Body and Alignment. With over 100 years combined experience, Vietti Auto Body and Alignment on 4th Street in Pittsburgh. And let's give it to Trevor Kent, the commit to Northwestern. On a 4th down and 3, sacked the quarterback, ran over the offensive tackle right at the line of scrimmage. The fullback was blocking in front of the quarterback, reached out and grabbed him. And Trevor just reached out and grabbed the quarterback, pulled him down from behind. That's our Vietti Auto Body and Alignment collision of the game. Our game-changing moment, the play of the game, brought to you by Pitt Realty. Buying and selling a home is one of the biggest events in a person's life and should not be taken lightly. Pitt Realty promises to be there every step of the way, guiding and advising to see you through that transaction made the most beneficial for you, your family, and or your business. And, really the play of the game that kind of set the tone, and we'll visit with Coach Nicholson about it, was the opening play, 67-yard option play. Jelani Long took it to the house and made an 0-4 team really start second-guessing themselves after that long bus ride. And they were down just, 11 seconds into the contest, 7-0, and looked up before they even got settled in. Their fans got settled into their seats on the far side. They were down 21-0, and it was all Dragons, and they win this one going away 52-0 over Andover Central. They improved to 3-2 on the season. Let's step aside for another 3-minute timeout here on the Performance Spine and Sport post-game show as Coach Nicholson visiting with some family and friends down on the field, and we'll hear from Coach Nicholson on the other side of this 3-minute timeout. You're listening to Dragon Football on ESPN 100.7.
It's that time of year, football fans, to gear up at Jock Snitch Sporting Goods for some Gorilla, Chiefs, or local high school football. Jock Snitch has something for the whole family. Stop in downtown Pittsburg or Parsons at Jock Snitch to score a new tee for those Friday or Saturday night lights. Jock Snitch has your team needs just a stop away. Huddle up the family and come into Jock Snitch Sporting Goods today.
You got the sports look good today. Sporting Goods from Jock Snitch.
The human eye blinks about 17,000 times a day, but here's a real eye-opener. Dry eyes can cause irritation, red eyes, and blurred vision. Don't assume your blurry vision means you need new glasses or contacts. The doctors at Canard are experienced in diagnosing and treating dry eyes with the newest treatments available. So schedule your eye exam in Pittsburg or Girard with Canard Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
What do you know about Crestwood Country Club? Did you know that all new members will receive 3 $20 food certificates for use upon sign-up? How about the fact that it typically takes less than 4 hours to complete a round of 18? Crestwood also offers plenty of space for private functions such as birthdays, weddings, reunions, or any other special events. The 2016 membership drive is in full swing. For more information, contact General Manager Todd Casey at 231-6530. A golf heaven at a value price. Crestwood Country Club. Facing criminal charges may be the most frightening challenge of your life. The loss of freedom, your job, your license, are prospects you don't want to take lightly. Don't face these challenges alone. Calling the law office of Edward J. Battatori is your first step to taking control of your situation. Put their reputation for success in the courtroom on your side. Call the law office of Edward J. Battatori today, 620-230-0333, and take back control of your life.
Advertising on digital billboards works. I'm Carrie Nix, co-owner of Arrowhead Outdoor. We now have 15 digital billboards at busy stoplight intersections in Kansas and Oklahoma, including at 14th and Santa Fe in Chanute and 20th and Broadway in Pittsburgh. Here's Brian Pasture with Pitt Realty.
A big part of our growth is our branding and our ads on the digital billboard at 20th and Broadway.
Thanks, Brian. Learn more about our affordable, effective advertising on our digital billboards. Call Arrowhead Outdoor at 620-308-6667.
Who's more important, football fans? The offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator? Neither. It's the Party Food Coordinator. Ultimate Choice Catering is your best hire for Party Food Coordinator this season. Blitz them first with strip pit chicken, pulled pork, or rib, or use a little play action with the hot wings, brisket, or rigatoni. If your guests are just grazing a little at halftime or during the game, you can audible to smoked or garlic sausage bits, sweet onion or pepper dip, or their unique smoked chicken dip. Call Ultimate Choice Catering at 620-249-9858 or email Joe Clark at joeclark@sbcglobal.net. No order is too big or too small for the coaching staff at Ultimate Choice Catering.
Now back to Dragon Football.
Mike Snow back here on the Performance Spine and Sport post-game shows. I'm joined by Pittsburgh High head coach Tom Nicholson. And Coach, We were visiting, if you remember, about 30 minutes before the game right on the sideline, and you told me an 0-4 team that was pretty good. You know, they've been in every game. It was very, very important for you to get a quick start. And how about the first play of the game going for a 67-yard touchdown? Was that quick enough for you?
That'll work. That'll work. That was we needed that quick start because they do have some players, but you know they're 0-4. I'm sure there was a little bit of doubt creeping in. We couldn't have started the game better. I thought that the first quarter was the best quarter of football we've played all year. Because once we backed down, they made us make a lot of mistakes. It was a really good first quarter, and I can't say the rest of the game was very good. I thought we got pretty sloppy, pretty complacent. We were rotating a lot of guys in, but it doesn't matter. They practiced all week as well. But I was really happy with our start.
Yeah, you look, you scored your first play, you scored on your third play, you blocked a punt, and you had a pick six all within about a 15-minute real-time. I mean, defense, special teams. Other than the 2 kickoffs out of bounds, I really thought the first 11 minutes of the game were about perfect.
Yeah, they did. We couldn't have scripted it any better. We really couldn't have. I was extremely proud of them. That shows what they can do when everybody's wired in and locked in. But once again, the game's 4 quarters long, and I sure didn't feel like we played our best football the rest of the game.
Well, your offense and defensive line, talk about their play tonight. I really thought that's where the stage was set. I know Jelani had a great game, and Curtis had some big throws, and all the skill position guys made some plays, but I really thought the front 4 on defense and your offensive line were the difference.
Well, that's where any football game's won and lost. You know, the skill guys, they can make the spectacular play, but you're not going to win games like that. You got to be steady on the lines. You got to control the line of scrimmage. And I thought offensively, especially in the first half, we did really well with that. But yeah, that D line with Woods and Kent, and then Deveron and Nathan Neef in the middle, that's a tough foursome. And they really shut down their run game and made them one-dimensional, which let our linebackers and safeties and corners play more pass and less run responsibility. So it really helped out when those 4 guys could control that front.
Well, you weren't pleased with the second, third, and fourth quarter. Without watching it on film, obviously, what are some of the areas you feel like you need to improve upon?
Well, it just execution-wise. I mean, we had penalties, we had some missed assignments, had missed tackles on defense, had a ton of bad execution on offense, whether it be from running back position or lineman position or whatever, drops. It doesn't matter. We were sloppy, particularly on offense. Defense wasn't too bad. I mean, anytime you pitch a shutout, you're happy because they got some kids. We got fortunate with a couple drop passes they had, but offensively, we just didn't execute very crisply like we need to because we know what's coming down the pipe, and we need to play better.
Well, not to defend the kids here, but it's 31-0.
It's tough. Absolutely.
If it's 10-0 game, then I think it's right. But 31-0, it turned in from a football game here to a social event to almost like a social party, because it's like, oh well, game's in hand. Let's visit with everybody, and that kind of the kids can feel that from the sideline.
Well, and that's tough. We only get 9 of these guaranteed, and you want to play your best. You got to treasure every second because every second is pretty important and pretty vital. We don't have very many of these, so we need to play at our best every second to represent Pittsburg High School and the community and the alumni. They deserve that, and that's what we expect as a coaching staff.
I do have, you expect the criticism as filling in for Shaq. You got to get the Harris kid the ball more. That play he made on his touchdown, they had him in jail there at the 25. I don't know how he got out of that, and then slipped another tackle inside the 10 and dove to the goal line. That was unbelievable.
Pretty special.
Yeah,
it's pretty special. He's very, very athletic. He can turn a routine little 5-yard out into that 50-yard touchdown. Elijah's pretty special.
Yeah, if I'm the quarterback, if I'm Curtis, you throw a 12-yard pass and you get credit for a 52-yard touchdown, I'll take that all day.
Yeah, that really helps the stat book a little bit.
Yeah, and you mentioned what's coming down the pike, and that begins next week with Carl Junction, a team coming in to their matchup with Willard tonight, which they should be heavily favored and win. I haven't seen a score yet. They're going to be 5-2. They had a barn burner with Carthage last week. They beat Webb City. They lost a head-scratcher to Ozark. They've kind of been up and down, but they're kind of in the same area you are as far as upgrading their schedule. They go from the biggest school in the Big 8 to the smallest school in the COC, and you and I talked before the game. COC is loaded this year.
Loaded, yep.
Webb City's lost 2 games since 2008. All of those were this year.
Yeah.
So that gives you an idea of how good it is. If you had a chance to look at them, or what do you expect to see from Carl next week?
We really haven't. 100% of our focus was on this game because this Andover Central team is not a bad team. We were fortunate. We caught some breaks, and they're injury riddled. right now, but Coach Audley said they'd hopefully get some players back. We really haven't looked at them much. I just know they're extremely fast and they're very experienced on defense. But other than that, that'll start tomorrow morning bright and early, getting ready for that. But no, this week was all about Andover Central.
And something new this year, normally here in week 5, you'd be thinking about getting to play your best football with 7, 8, 9 being districts. Now it's not districts. Does it make the season seem shorter or longer?
Well, every game, everybody says, well, you're in, it doesn't really matter, but every game matters. You carry that 21-point differential that you carry in districts. That's from game 1 for us. So if we win by 21, we get plus 21. If we lose, we're negative 21. Every game is like a district game. So they're all important. Right now it's the grind of the season, but it's coming pretty quick. It really has flown fast, but it's just magnified every game and not the wins and losses are important, but also how much you win and lose by is extremely important. So it's made it a little bit more stressful.
Do you think a lot of schools will be hanging up consecutive playoff banners? A lot of schools that haven't made the playoffs where everybody in now. Maybe we should go in business selling those to schools.
50 years from now, nobody will realize everybody made it. So maybe there's a market there.
That's right. Well, congratulations, good win, and. I thought you guys would be favored and win this, but I had no idea it'd be 52-0. I was pretty impressed.
Well, we didn't either. But like I said, they've got a lot of kids hurt. They've got some players on that team. If they get back healthy, I know they're 0-5 now, but that's a team not many people are going to want to play. So they got some good coaches and good players, so hopefully they get them all back and healthy.
Well, congratulations, Coach, and Shaq will be back up here for the Carl Junction game next Friday.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks, Mike.
Coach Tom Nicholson of the Pittsburg Purple Dragons, they knock off Andover Central 52-0 tonight. Appreciate Coach for taking time. Also, our on-site cameraman producer here, Tyler Russell, did a great job. Tyler Dara back in the ESPN 100.7 studios. That will conclude our broadcast here in the Performance Spine and Sport post-game show. 52-0, Dragons win it. The Campus Bookstore Scoreboard Show kicks off on the other side of this timeout. You're listening to Purple Dragon Football on ESPN 100.7. So long, everybody.
Hi, I'm Kendall Gammon. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburg State University. Pittsburg State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so